not the question here, but they're not the one tasked with necessarily finding all the openings and winning the massive rounds. Bit's been known for his aim. And the conversation from Maui on the desk there was the fact that Bit he's pathing. It looks the same. People have figured him out. People know what to do. So if it's going to look like the same situation as they had when they went up against Vitality and whatnot, we're going to really focus on Bit towards this A side of the map on the CT side. He is the solo rifler, the loose piece that tends to get left over there when the AWP, which is in float of Simple. But we're back underway, so the technical doohickeys are dealt with, and it is the same strategy being run from both teams. Bomb over towards B, 3 players over towards A, and then the 4-man lean from NaVi, respectively, over towards that A side with SDY just babysitting.
Same buy, same positions then. Just jabbi, Stowen, they're going to wrap in. Bit this time with a bit more of a wide peak. Not that has anything to do with the change in the round, but just the timing. But he's actually tucked in as they cross. Hasn't spotted anyone yet. Ooh, they're going to put sjuush up. He didn't see it. No headshot response. Again, though, this is all designed to hold the CTs at bay. And the timing is totally up to Katie and Tessis on when they go. Likely off of a cue from one of these players when the contact's made. And it's going to be right now, I was going to say, but hold that thought. Not quite. Perfecto might actually be the one that comes under threat first. Bit's calling, they're up close. Perfecto wants to time this. Again, though, remember, this is not the real fight. The bomb is at B. The bomb is at B, and it's going to go now. It has to. The win goes to Perfecto. Electronic starts to rotate down toward the underpass. He finds jabbi as well. That's a big kill. If jabbi holds off that fast flank rotation through the stairs, then they have a real chance to set up the post plant. Now, Tessis has to go aggressive just to hold them off as the bomb is still going down. And thankfully, they haven't made it through the doorway yet. When they do, no mistake on the first shot, but Electronic follows up, and man, oh man, the whole site got obliterated. Okay, 1 kill in a plant. That's the best heroic can get here on this pistol round, and we'll hold on to these 2 pairs of jewelies. There's some Kevlar that'll be upgraded, especially for Simple. Didn't take a lick of damage. SDY, he was a bit more of a supportive element of all of this. But handled there for NaVi. Very good pistol around the crunch down of the dual Berettas. You can see at the end of that exchange where Perfecto got caught off guard here, I'm sure we'll catch it in the replay. So comes forward and yeah, he's missing the first few. By the time he finishes this second kill, he still has 4 bullets left. So the power of the 30 bullets of the dual Berettas really out on show right now. Leaves some bounds above all of the other pistols here. And Heroic with the plant are not going to push with the 4 spy. They're actually going to just take a lighter investment here. And everybody's gone for the pistol of choice. Extinguish. Through the flames. Testis, however, will brave it down to 45. SoundQ's probably hoping to make a few right now because he's the only one this far forward right now. Door blown off, and well, it's not a problem because nobody's coming Bit's way for now, but he is on his lonesome over towards A long. So we'll really keep tabs on that. It could be a storyline that affects the outcome of this one. Back to B they go. Perfecto waits on the inside of the smoke. jabbi might make contact with that. Had someone just tweet me asking why during a technical timeout NaVi was handed their phones. It was simply for the Steam authentication to get the login done again. So nothing foul going on there. Just a matter of making sure that they're able to get back into their account so we can get back underway.
It's a redeploy of a monster smoke as well. Might have to push forward here.
He's got a great position here, efficient with the ammo as well, which means he's ready to fight, but has to reload. That's when Electronic comes into cover, and that's why you play that swing position on the ramp in those situations. Perfectly executed, 2 kills for him. Rather that simple, that is. And then, of course, NaVi with 2 rounds.
Okay, a tidy start here, but that was one where there should have been no worries. Simple, definitely giving some orders here as they get underway with the first gun round. They know that the buy is coming, right? One of the keys here, you're identifying, was there head armor? Was there utility? What would the purchases look like? Well, definitely wasn't any head armor here. The heads exploded like watermelons, and we'll get into the AKs for Heroic. What is their approach going to be? There's no AWP in play just yet, which means both teams can be a bit more flexible in how much space they want to take. Molotov in place to deny any pushes. An aggressive maneuver here from Simple and Electronic. This is so much space, and Testis is looking for toes.
Oh, he looked away, you're right. He could have seen under the boards. I don't think he saw them at all. Does he have a read? Did he hear anything, though? Now he's going to see it. Those toes show off. It's such an advantageous position. I'm surprised Electronic sits himself in that spot.
It's interesting it's Electronic out of the 3 players available here, though. Simple and Bit a bit more standard over towards this A defense. Simple might find a timing, but so does jabbi. He's just bolted towards the B side. Okay, jabbi. Take down Perfecto. Now they're in.
Somehow he survives on that with 68.
Simple lagging
Simple's
again.
lagged out. Simple's gone. Simple left the server.
SDY as well.
Yep. This is going to be...
Damage was already done, though.
Yeah,
that first
absolutely.
kill, they were
Electronic
active.
Electronic fire back. I think this one they're gonna have to swallow. But this isn't one player. This is three?
It's their entire team.
Yeah, something's happened. No, Bit's moving. Bit's moving very slowly though, so I think he is lagged out. Yeah, this is something that's just happened on the side of NaVi. I think.
Even the admin's dropped out here.
My guess is someone hit a cable. Someone knocked something loose that's connected to that side of the room.
All right.
It's knocked off all the PCs because that admin would also be connected through with his PC in the back to that same situation. So they've lost one whole side of the room, basically.
they're chasing. Look, that's going to make it very difficult. All right. Well, let's go elsewhere with our thoughts for a while, guys, because we're going to need quite a time, I think, for the League Ops to be able to sort out what's just happened here. They will call the tech timeout. Conversations are going to have to be had. I would hedge. I would definitely hazard a guess that this might be a lengthy one. It's curious.
Yeah, look, Simple's not happy about that at all. And it's curious to me that Electronic was able to join back in and call that tech right now, because how is he in if everyone else lagged out? So there must be, I'm guessing, I don't know the setup.
Some internet issues, I'd say.
Yeah. Well done, Chad. You've nailed that one.
I'm a tech wizard.
Congratulations. I'm assuming there's different splitters then, right? Different hubs, and one of them got unplugged for sure.
All right, well, look, let's talk about something close and dear to my heart here, because we're not going to have any information until it comes through from League Ops and production and whatnot on the outcome of all of this. But in the breaks, every time they play this bloody clip of Cadian getting 2 orb kills, and there's 2 double ups on Cobblestone.
Yeah, who are they against? Against
Renegades at the time. And I think until Cadian retires, I will have to see that clip every event, at least once.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part of being on the receiving end of someone else's spectacular play, right? Like, you're just going to have to... You know, how does Guardian feel every time he gets told bye-bye?
True, actually, yeah.
Like, same thing. Like, Simple dropping down, no scoping. Just everyone has to watch the Cold Zera. How does Liquid feel every time they see, you know?
Probably a gut punch every time.
Yeah. You're not alone there, Chad, I don't think.
Well, I just wanted to...
You just need to focus on the positive side, but wow, what a shot from Katie, and forget that it happened to you.
No, but this is where I want to get the salt and rub it in wounds here, because this was an event where Nico was playing for SK at the time, Nico from G2. And it was a game show style event. It was at a Gamescom. OJ Borge. This was his first
that was It's a Family Show.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Now, we, on the course of that event, it was best of ones, but we ended up playing SK 3 times.
Yeah, I recall you guys had a loss against them.
And I want to just point out, over 3 times, it's essentially a best of 3. We did win 2 out of the 3 times. So Cadian could have the clip, but I'll take the W's.
Not bad. Was that not like a Cillian... Maudie.
It was. There was a Cillian, Berry, Sandon. You remember him?
Sandon. Freese was that?
I think Nico was standing in for Freese, maybe.
Right.
And Cadian.
Gotcha.
So they did have a stand-in.
Man, I haven't thought about Freese in forever. I wonder what he's up to.
The win doesn't sound as good when I mentioned they had a stand-in, does it?
It was Nico. JKS won a couple of...
That's true.
You know, we've had stand-ins do pretty well.
Little Juzzy Bear, they call him. We want to play the clip again for everybody playing at home. So,
God.
If everybody wants to lay witness to this,
I'm going to make sure we got a fresh box of tissues again.
All right, let's throw it over to everybody's favorite clip, shall we?
Cadian is one of the most recognizable faces, not only when it comes to Danish, but also global CSGO. Known not only for leading heroic, but also for how he celebrates his team's successes. But leading and celebrating aren't the only things he's renowned for. He's also a very efficient player. Let's travel back to IEM Gamescom 2015 and the match between Renegades and Cadian's SK Gaming. He needed just 2 bullets to stop 4 advancing enemies.
Lashes are coming into B. They've gone with a bit more tempo. Oh, double shot! Takes down Yam and Sponge. He was missing earlier, but I suppose he makes up for it. Taking 2 with 1 bullet there. There's Cadian again! Oh my God! 2 bullets, 4 people for Cadian. Pretty fantastic stuff. And we said Cadian needs some confidence back, and well, if you need confidence, I don't think it gets much better than that.
You know, I think the other legendary part of that clip is Joe, don't call me Joe Miller in there with some commentary.
Some classic stuff. One of the OG voices, wasn't he? Back in the day?
Oh, dude, him. There's a whole thing we could do. I mean, yeah, Joe Miller, Tosspot,
get Stewart in the mix.
E-Man, Red Eye, Tosspot. Yeah, no, like I mean, there was, if I'm not mistaken, one of the first clips from Tosspot that I fell in love with. There was lots of Counter-Strike ones, but the one that stood out to me was when Pandemic sent the. Interesting name, Pandemic these days, isn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't a problem back then.
That one didn't really age well, but Pandemic sent their COD 4 team to Europe, and you can take the fish out to sea, but you'll never take the COD 4 player out in a bore, because I think he aced Isuba, and it was like he's out of his region, and yeah, that one stood out to me. I think it was Isuba. I could be wrong on that. I'm definitely wrong.
I just like "This is sensational" when it was Wally.
This is sensational.
That one stuck with me. Definitely.
Yeah, well, the other one is obviously the VP one. He waited. Yeah.
Some good moments.
Yeah,
over the years.
Tosspot's legit.
Now, just an update for everybody who wonders what's going on, because I'm sure we'd all love to see who comes out on top of this round of 12 to meet G2 in the quarterfinals coming up on Friday. We got quarterfinals Thursday and Friday, and then the semis on Saturday and the grand final Sunday. But the tech issue is still being worked out, as you can see on your screens right now. We only have one player in the server from NaVi, as they're just trying to sort this little mess out. And as we get updates coming through, we will gladly give them across to you. So bear with us. It might be a lengthy process right now, but we get to look at their lovely mugs on the screen.
Yeah. I mean, not the worst thing in the world. They've been getting some sun here in Malta. They're all looking pretty cozy. Simple's been here for quite a while, obviously, and I think the rest of the NaVi went off back to Spain, if I'm not mistaken. I know that they've each got different places that they have been going lately for obvious reasons, but yeah, back here now and for a while. Oh, look, they're talking about this is when they're discussing the headphone indentation. Their head is literally grown around the headphone in their youth, and now they have a line. You should at home take your headphone off and check and see if you have one, because you probably do too.
It's the a new version of headphone hair, I suppose, to the extreme. Okay, so there's a bit of conversation going on in the server right now, and we will wait. We want to get this one sorted. Yeah, just waiting for NaVi to rejoin before we can get things underway. But as mentioned, these things can take time, especially if it was that kind of issue. We haven't seen something like that in a lengthy amount of time here. So everyone just calm down. Maybe, you know, this is a great time to go grab a little drink, grab a snack. I understand it's a Wednesday night. Don't worry about it. Write a sick note. Don't go to school tomorrow. And if...
Remember, though, if you do write a sick note, you should fold it.
Yes. Yeah, your mum will always fold the sick note.
Yeah, well, the first thing you do is you take it and you fold it and put it in your pocket.
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio taught me that.
Is that from Catch Me If You Can?
It is.
That's a great film.
Yeah, that's the one he probably actually deserved an Oscar for of all of them, to be honest.
What did he win an Oscar for?
Revenant. Which isn't bad.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, no, it's not bad.
Can't really comment.
But I'm just saying of all the ones he didn't win for, like that one.
What about this is a fun fact, Matt? I don't often have them, but every single round of 12 match we have had has gone the distance to 3 maps. We had FaZe versus Complexity going 3. That was a crazy game. Fnatic Liquid also went 3 maps. The match before ours today, Furia Outsiders, went the distance, and our series does as well. It's showing the competitive nature of this bracket.
Yep. No, absolutely. No, the bracket works, and I love that we did it live. We had the explanation video. They talked us through it. The high seed, low seed, you're splitting them up.
Yes.
It is the most balanced situation you can come up with. You're still going to have lopsided matches, but that's because you had upsets in the group stages. That's why they exist. If you didn't have the upsets and you didn't have that lopsidedness, well, you might as well not have had a group stage at all. We could have just thrown the best teams on the board and then boom, there's your bracket that's lined up. And that's not the way it works out. There's reasons, there's streaks, people are hot, they're cold. I think this bracket worked out very well, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think this is one of the big questions coming out of the break. We've only really had group stages. We've always had Blast, then we're now into Pro League group stages for the 4 weeks, and now we're into the playoff bracket. So these are finally some high-intensity matches with something on the line. You lose here in this, 12-team single elimination bracket. When you say single elimination, you know what it means. You're out. So we already have said goodbye to Complexity, Fnatic, Furia, and we'll be saying goodbye to one of these two. Now, there's a clear contrast between the mood in the camps right now. Over here with the Heroic side, there's a few more smiles on the faces. They're a bit more of a jovial mood. The ones who are having a bit of a hard time with the issue is another side of things for poor NaVi. So we're still waiting to get information on how things will be unfolding going forward.
Yeah, this one's an interesting one as well because like whoever loses this series, it's gonna be crushing. Complexity, man. Oh, what a game! Like that is one of the best losing efforts I've seen in a long time. To be that much of an underdog against world #1. And sure, FaZe didn't play great in the first map. They woke up during the second, but Complexity held on that whole time. And then, you know, Cloud9 still being in that particular part of the bracket. There's some interesting storylines developing here for sure.
Yeah, Grim went massive as well throughout that series. It was great to see him performing to that level.
Yeah, that was one of the best individual performances I've ever seen. I was in there, like I said, chatting with them today and just hanging out. We were talking about various different things, and obviously we talked about last night's match a bit. We're just eating food, really, and Grim was there. I think he's playing WoW, just probably trying to blow off some steam after last night's match, and I went over and I gave him a pat on the shoulder and said, man, that was one of the sickest performances I've seen on an individual level in a while, and he was like, yeah, still didn't win. That's all he said. He did say it laughing, but
Poor guy.
Yeah, but look, they all knew, the first thing they all said when we were chatting about it was that we got to win pistols. You know, that was a huge issue for them last night, going 0-6 and still playing as well as they did.
Yeah, I think with the platform now into the RMRs, I think that's the key for me with a lot of these teams. You heard from Gary before in the interview as well, talking about how they're one of the favorites going into the Americas RMR. So that's the thing. As soon as this event ends, Counter-Strike continues, like next week. So we're going to come to the close of EPL for Season 16, and then we're going to get back underway with qualifying for the Major, which is the home stretch of the year for a lot of these names, especially a lot of these non-partnered teams. Now, Simple's been having a great game here. He's had them form. We spoke about it earlier with him and Kaden and the toe-to-toe. Now, look, Matt, we've got a couple of options here. We can go to a break because we don't know what conclusion we're going to be coming to here with this tech issue. They're still sorting it out. We don't have any information just now. Or we can stay here and we can keep filling. Choice is ours.
Well, I think the choice should be up to chat. What do they want from us, and what do we want to do with them and entertain them? Look, you do some podcasts.
Yeah,
you should be well versed.
I like a podcast. I do. I know that people at home, you know, if they see the break screen, maybe they'll understand that, you know,
situation.
Because you know they're out for blood, Matt. They want us to start the game, and if we could, we would start the game right this minute.
Well, I might not
worry about that.
To spite them, but you know that's me. I'm a different kettle of fish altogether.
Well, what type of podcast do we hear? We do want to do a Counter-Strike podcast?
Well, presumably. I mean, these are Counter-Strike fans. Well, I mean, I've tried to make this a Formula 1 show multiple times. It hasn't worked out for me.
Could it be lifestyle?
Counter-Strike lifestyle?
That could be it too. What if we talk about... I was going to say jerseys, but we only get 2 different jerseys on display, so it's not really a lot of jerseys.
We did get new ones for Vitality this week. True. They've got new ones coming in. Outsiders finally have the Outsider shirt as well. Just the straight up black t-shirt. That's fine. It fills the void right now, but the Vitality ones are pretty cool. They get a little blue in them this time, which is pretty interesting. But they want us to fill.
They want us to stay?
Yeah,
all right, we'll stay. We'll keep you company. We'll keep you company on this hump day, this Wednesday evening. All right, headphones keep coming on and off here. There's a clear conversation between Blade and...
Well, and look, and NaVi's obviously going to say, look, all of them lagged out. It's not like it was one player, there was damage done. It was like, okay, if we lose one, maybe we can still play the round. But we lost everyone.
Sure,
so how can we possibly play the round out? How can we possibly have a hypothetical situation where if that one player had died? Because, you know, maybe one player does get 2 kills that lagged out. That said, it is late in the round. These rules exist. It's going to, in my opinion, if I was in a referee or an admin situation right now, it's going to be, I'm going to look at what it was. And if my theory of someone, like right now, I'm standing up behind our caster desk and there's internet cables taped together and they run in a string back around and they hit if someone hit one of those, if I can determine that it was backstage, someone unrelated to NaVi, like an ESL staff, maybe I say, hey.
We're throwing everyone under the bus.
I'm strictly hypothetical. I might say, you know what? That's not on you. Maybe we replay it. If you look down and it's beside NaVi, you go, well, hang on. That might be on you.
I do like that we're getting this conversation on screen, and I don't like speculating about this stuff because
that's not a speculation what's going to happen. I'm just saying maybe that's how I'd look at it.
All right, well, let's veer outward and let's talk about, even like trying to chip it in now. Let's talk about the bracket overall, right? Because we know we've got everybody in chat. Watch this, Matt. You ready for this? It's going to be on the time delay, but everybody is excited for Hooksy.
Oh,
The fanfare around Hooksy is insane.
dude,
I've never seen anything quite like it.
I got laundry done just to be ready for Hooksy. That's all I can say.
You think it's going to be that dirty, or
Oh, it's just
going to be clean for him?
He's gonna look clean. I'm gonna look dirty. But man, you're right. I haven't seen chat jump rally behind a current pro as quickly as chat has lately, because it's been very like memey with like washed up pros or passed on pros, like to Valorant. How do we say?
Valorante.
Valorante. Okay.
That's how we say it.
And yeah, and like that's fair. But yeah, people are loving the Hooksy thing. Do you think a lot of that had to do with the reveal of him telling Nico to?
I think they like the sass there. You know,
Yeah,
that's definitely one of the things that G2 do quite well. I think as well, the fact that his initial performance became a bit of a meme because of how poor it was. From that point onwards, to see him succeed, I think everybody saw a little bit of himself in him, right? You know, it's like, hey, it's not if Hooksy can do it, we could all do it. It's he's going to get back up.
There's your chat delay. It's going now.
They love it, and this is great because, well, it is actually quite pointed to what we're talking about now. The winner of this matchup, Heroic versus NaVi, will be playing G2 in that quarterfinal on Friday. That's the late night fixture, the 7 p.m. one. On Friday as well, will be Vitality versus Outsiders. On Thursday, we have Mouse versus Liquid to kick off the day, and then Cloud9 versus FaZe. So I think Cloud9 versus FaZe, and then G2 versus the winner. This are the two biggest quarterfinal fixtures.
I would agree with that. Yeah, and the good news is, again, because of that receiving, it's opposite sides of the bracket as well. So it's not like we're gonna have a lopsided semi in that regard.
Yeah, and I think the conversation about the top half of the bracket was a lot of people were saying this is the weaker half of the bracket, but I think that's more just on paper, because one of the things that it's hard for me to establish an opinion when you haven't seen a lot of these teams play against each other with the newer rosters or out of the break, and that's what we're getting here in this bracket, a little bit more of a taste of that, but we still truly won't know. Like, let's get Fnatic in the server against a bunch of these names, because they've shown some great counter.
Well, and this is why the RMR coming up is exciting. Now, the one of the aspect of the RMR that can be scary is a lot of the teams that fluked their way in with pugs and the online aspect, and whether washed up players or teamless players, and it can throw a spanner in the works. It can definitely catch out a pro team that's, you know, used to a pretty cookie cut play style and whatnot. But it is going to be this is a great litmus test going into that. I also think it's awesome to see Complexity peak right now. I think Liquid's looking decent as well. They're going to be going to Sweden for their respective RMR. Now they only have what, like 6 teams or something. That's it.
Yeah, only 6
teams. We have 32 here.
6 out of the 16 will get a spot, and then
sorry, that's right.
16 out of the 32 will get a spot from Europe. Now Europe is obviously the heaviest weighted region for good reason, right? With the majors these days, the performance of your region at that major will then reflect on how many spots you get in the next RMR qualification system, which I prefer this much better than the top 8 teams getting another crack.
I agree. There's too much vulnerability and roster changes and all sorts of things going on to keep 8 teams in an 8. Look how much the rankings change between majors. There's no way you can say that's the top 8 teams still. But I will ask you this. Do you think the defending champion and maybe the other team in the final, just so that you keep it even numbers, should be invited again?
I'm going to need you to repeat that to me one more time, Matt.
So we don't invite the 8 anymore, right? The legend spots.
Yeah.
Or champion spots, I guess, as it.
Sure.
We don't invite anyone from the previous major. Should the champion, and I'm going to throw in the other finalists just to keep it even numbers.
I think that there could be a real conversation to be had that the champion should get a chance to defend their title in the next one, right? But then how do you go about that? And then what if the team has massive roster changes, where we're going to have to set some boundaries and rules for that? But I do think that there's a real conversation that we have. I would be leaning in maybe the camp of, yeah, maybe that should be the case. But we're getting some updates coming through, guys. I'm not going to get into it too much. Yeah,
I was told that it's being dealt with, and they don't, until the decision's made, they don't want me to
sure
to you know.
It makes sense. We're really going to muddy the waters
more. Crows, exactly. Yeah. Anyway, NaVi's trying to work through this right now. I just think it's interesting that no one gets invited again, and I get why, and I kind of agree. Like you say, 8 teams, it's not the top 8. But I think being the champion deserves something, right? Obviously,
yeah, sure.
It's a major. You've won a major. That's immortalized. Yeah, okay. But, you know, maybe you get a relaxed schedule. Now, the difference is because the RMRs now are such a large part of the schedule, it used to be that the minors, well, that was your non-top teams.
Yep.
So they would play themselves during, a DreamHack or an ESL or IEM event. Now you can't because everyone has to go to these RMRs.
Yeah.
That dominates the schedule. So if you are the top team, you're effectively just sitting on the sideline not playing. There's no other tournament right now.
That's true. That is true. So it removed them from a lot of play days here. The Swiss, you have to win 3 games to get through that and get yourself a spot in the major. I was just taking a look at how these groups are broken up. The big names from Group A for everybody is FaZe, NIP. That'll be their time to debut with Alexi, Spirit, G2, Cloud9. Then in the mix as well, we have Fnatic. Then there's some other names that, I forgot Astralis here. They still have the config issue as well. I believe that they're having a stand-in. Mister, I think it is, from their Academy roster. Eternal Fires here, Forza here, Bad News Eagles, Sprout, which is where Refresh, he's now in-game leading that team, former Heroic player. And then there's a couple of other names in the mix here that I'm sure maybe the hardcore Counter-Strike fans would know, but not so much the casuals. So some big names in that one. And then for Group B, you're going to find yourself the NaVi, Ents, Heroic, Big, Outsiders, Vitality, Mouse, OG. Heat's going to be here. I think people would have remembered seeing them just from a couple weeks ago. So some names that we're all familiar with. It's going to be a bloodbath.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No, and I'm looking forward to it. There's always 1 or 2 in situations in big pools like that can really surprise. And with a Swiss that's going to play out that long, there's going to be some interesting matchups. And as we know with the Swiss, as soon as one person gets upset, it really changes the entire complexion of that
Oh, definitely.
So
yeah, definitely so. And I guess that's the same conversation we're having with the group stages here. And that's why we end up having like Heroic versus NaVi in the round of 12.
Yep.
Because
this one's a little different. The Swiss one is almost like, damn, like you're almost like that kind of messes with everything because now even 2 top teams play, one of those has to lose and then they fall down and it's like a knock-on effect. Whereas, and I still think the Swiss is the best system in my opinion. I do like round robin in certain situations. I don't mind round robin for Pro League where you have the 4 groups, but I will say, okay, we've got headphones going on. This is a good sign.
I think they were just told to put the headphones on because there's like, they're looking look, we were speaking about their mood before. They were looking happy as Larry and now they're looking a little bit disgruntled.
Well, yeah, so I just think that this reseeding is really solid. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. NaVi has not made a peep, a movement, or anything at this point. They're just chilling right now, and obviously waiting for a return on their, I guess, claim or protest because there's not much chatter going on. We obviously saw that decision already, or that discussion already with Blade. So we'll see what the admins come back to them with at this point in time. Heroic's certainly sitting and waiting as well, and you're right, not talking nearly as much now.
Well, let's engage everybody in the discussion at home, all right? We've been doing this around the Pro League. It's a bit more of a community affair. Use the hashtag ESL Pro League. You tag Matt and I at Sadicist or at Sponge on Twitter. And let us know what you're up to on this Wednesday night, how you're watching. If you have any questions, we might be able to get those answers across to you. Where are you watching from in the world? How are you watching? You know, these are all the fun things. Do you have a crazy setup? Do you have 6 monitors? Are you watching on your television? You Chromecast in the bad boy? Oh, we already have people on the questions here.
I was gonna say, I just opened this up right now, and there's one already that popped up. So how do Tier 1 teams practice for surprise picks? As I understand, the Tier 1 teams all scrim against each other, so how can anything from Map Vito's specific strats or setups be kept secret? That's from Max or MXT7.
Good question.
It is a good question, and I always thought this one was interesting as well because, okay, we are gonna go live, so let's be quick about this, Chad. That one's interesting because how do you play against the same people that you then play against for real?
Yeah, I think that it's difficult to... You're not going to pick the top dogs because normally you'd be practicing that map for the top dogs. So you'd be picking some people a little bit under the cusp of that. Now, we are back underway. Okay, it looks like it'll just be simple left with the rifle.
I'm gonna follow that up too and say there's certain teams you won't scrim either. Precisely. Rivalry, etc. So...
Yeah, I think... yeah, this boost from Simple here.
Saw it.
Something.
So I can go ahead and say it now. The biggest argument wasn't that they lost the round. NaVi understood that they were too deep into it to call a complete stoppage to the round. Their issue is that because they all legged out, they then all died. So it wasn't even that they lost the round, they didn't get a chance to even save their weapons. So the argument was about how much money were they going to get? Were they going to be given any rifles to compensate for that? And obviously Simple does have the M4. So that was the biggest issue, as the issue right now is toward the A site. Electronic, he's gonna get the last shot on Stowen. They have the advantage right now. Cadian, though, does have an AK, and he's coming back over to try to help out. He might do better than that. He's gonna go far away, but it's Simple that slides out and gets the shot in return, and the rotation back to B.
All right, well, the bomb's made it, but they're chasing this here. sjuush taking his time to throw some util. Door's going to swing open behind him, but jabbi is going to defend. We've seen this one before. jabbi with a double up. Now it's just going to be SD wide. He's gone as well. All right, 2-2. That long pause, and we're straight back into the action here. Now the game changes. The whole conversation at this point changes. These teams have had to sit there. They've had to wait idly. There's been conversations had. Now it's a mental game. As much as it already, you know, that's a big part of this, it's about not being wobbled by the scenario that's been presented to you. Fortunately, this was so early on in the game that if they can focus up now and don't let their thoughts wander, don't let the little indiscretion that's gone by cause too many worries, we shouldn't have many dramas. But we're back underway and into what should be a B biff. This is looking quick.
Nade is well timed. It's going to do huge damage. jabbi. Tag down. Perfecto's going to follow it up. So the damage in the last round, sure. Heroic get away and tie the game, but that keeps the economy low, and now they're getting slaughtered. So NaVi are going to take back control very quickly. Bit hits Cadian. And maybe this has invigorated them all because they were all pretty swift on their shots that time.
Yeah, but boo-boo there. Bit's just
tossed a gun
and picked up the FAMAS instead of the M4.
Yeah, which we all know is the worst gun in the game.
Yikes. Okay, so there's going to be a couple of dramas here early. That was just a small one, but well handled on the B defense here. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite Bit, because where we left this was talking about Bit on the CT side of this map. The desk, if you missed them, they were discussing the fact that Bit's been in the past, and have they, or were they ready for this map in the veto, and what is Bit now doing to address some of the concerns? Back towards B again after the early exchange of utility across the map. There's been some smokes deployed, and through they come. The timing, Perfecto still gets one. Electronic now needs to try and deal with this. It's only damage to jabbi. That's the best he can boast, and in they come. Simple's AWP obscured.
SDY actually got a wallbang onto jabbi there, but the boost to go up for Simple. Saw it on the jump, goes, oh, that was so fast. Goes back out. I guess he wants to make amends with Cadian, or at least put right the offset of their battle so far. But Stowen, good shot a bit, only saw him for a moment, but nailed the headshot through the tin wall. He's gonna get sjuush to help him. This is turned again. It's all
lagging again, Matt.
And yes, he is. This is not a good sign at all.
Okay, there is a high probability, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We're going to be going to an extended break very, very shortly here.
Yeah, Simple's going to be tilting off his axis at this point. He just hit a shot. He rotates over, and this time it seems like it was only him, but yeah, this is going to be a problem. And
yeah, they're still playing like it's an on-round right now.
Yeah, and they don't know it yet, and I'm hoping that they realize it and don't chase Simple. Just let this lag out, let this happen, so that we don't have to worry about economic aspects of it. And either way, it's going to be Heroic tying this up at 3. They did get the kill on Electronic, on Bit rather. But the question is, would Simple have been peeking on that? Would he have been able to trade? I don't know. It's all hypothetical. This is going to be a mess. So I imagine we are going to get a very long pause. And yeah, Electronic's already called for it and said same thing. So.
All right, we'll wait for word from production here, but very likely we are going to throw this one to the break.
Well, we got some questions from the other ones.
Okay, we'll fill while we can.
It came in, but we may have to go to a break on this one because I think we're going to be waiting for. Yeah, he's pretty pissed off right now.
All right, we're going to a break. We'll be back once this situation has been solved. Apologies for the delay, ladies and gents. We'll be back ASAP.
got it or you don't. You either bought it or you won't. You either wanna give it everything or you wanna cry about a soul. I'ma say it from the jump. Mama ain't raised a chump. Mama raised me to persevere if I'm ever here in a slum. Cause nobody starts at the top. You do your part and you better buy. Working hard each and every day, even though some days it get hard to watch. But you gotta trust the process. Grind hard, don't you ever quit. It's a must, you see the progress. Got a ball till you get a hit. They can never do what I could do, cause they on the same stuff. If you doubt me, then I'm coming to show them what I'm made of. Yeah, always showing your integrity. Yeah, if you want it, I'ma let them see. No guts, no glory, not a part of my story. I'm going hard for that trophy, it's why they all been on me. No guts, no glory, there's no need to go again. I don't comprehend and I do not pretend, cause when I'm coming it's to win. No guts, no glory, not a part of my story. I'm going hard for that trophy, it's why they all been on me. No guts, no glory, there's no need to go again. I don't comprehend and I do not pretend, cause when I'm coming it's to win.
Wake up, put the work in, that's the only way it's gonna work out. Hard work and dedication, no time for procrastination. Takes a lot of time, a lot of patience, a lot of heart mixed with motivation. On the days that you're feeling down, look in the mirror for your inspiration. Like, woo, just notice, never stop, never quit. People wanna see you doing good, but never better than them. Gotta push yourself to the limits. You cannot lose if you are not in it. You gotta lose sometimes just to win it. Don't get discouraged, it's just the beginning. Yeah, turn up. Don't end up a Timmy Turner. Don't get caught up in the streets. Don't get caught up with a burner. Don't be a slow learner. Oh no, you only get one shot, one chance. Talking March Madness at the big dance. Talking big man on campus. Like
no guts, no glory, not a part of my story. I'm going hard for that trophy, it's why they all been on me. No guts, no glory, there's no need to go again. I don't comprehend and I do not pretend, cause when I'm coming it's to win. No guts, no glory, not a part of my story. I'm going hard for that trophy, it's why they all been on me. No guts, no glory, there's no need to go again. I don't comprehend and I do not pretend, cause when I'm coming it's to win.
constant flame. Open road and nomadic plans.
Embrace your destiny, slay your enemy, raise a legacy. No more apologies, trust your abilities, gather the energies. Pull yourself back together, been staying off track forever. Child of the nation, will seek redemption, time for salvation. Today is meant to be day of victory, time for history. Reverse the tendency, fight the entropy, channel your rivalry. You're praying for fortune to come, you're hearing the sound of the drums. It's too late to backtrack, go back, you're back now. Keep your feet on the road and stand up. You've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you black out, out, out. Stand up, you've got what it takes to fight back, back. Don't stop until you black out, out. Give all you got, show them how to make it. Save your team, be a hero. Take home the cup, be a star. They waiting for you, take aim, shoot your arrow. It's your time to shine, show them who you are. Stronger, gotta go faster, gotta get better, gotta work harder. It's fight or flight now, get up now. Go with the move, go for the goal, lead up the stadium, you know how it's done. Stand up, go what it takes to fight back, back. Don't stop until you back out, out. Give all you got, show them how to make a miracle. Stand up, go what it takes to fight back, back. Don't stop until you back out, out. Give all you got, show them how to make a miracle. Stand up, you've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you black out, out, out. Stand up, you've got what it takes to fight back, back. Don't stop until you black out, out. Give all you got, show them how to make a miracle. Stand up, you've got what it takes to fight back, back. Don't stop until you back out, out. Give all you got, show them how to make a miracle. From the back roads to back streets, I see you foes trying to trap me, but I don't run like a track meet, even though I'm number one like an athlete. And the way I maneuver around you and through you, I'm coming and I'm bound to pursue you. I'm everything that you knew of, plus more. What's in store is I'm about to get to you. Sleepless nights, better think this twice before you step to me and come and speak with strife. There's a lesson when you reach my life. It'll be chin-checking and I'll teach you right. Plenty tried, plenty failed. Too many times I've seen plenty bail. And there will be no surprise what I'm about to do when you are looking through my eyes. See many go, see many come. See that they won't bring it to me, son. Try me if you want, but won't be any fun. I'll take the challenge, I'll beat anyone. I'm the one, I'll be quite clear. Bow down to no one, I'm right here. I get it in, I don't fight fair. And guess what? I'm your worst nightmare. Cause I ain't taking no losses, and I don't even care what the cost is. Are you prepared for the forces I'm about to bring? Cause I'm the boss of all bosses. I penetrate your thoughts and fill them with doubt. You gon' feel where I'm coming and feel what I'm about. If they come in with the drama, I'm wheeling them out. Cause I ain't about to have somebody here stealing my clout. I keep my friends close, enemies closer. Cause that's the way it is and the way it's supposed to be. Anybody can see there's only room for one, and that one is me. Plenty tried, plenty failed. Too many really bail. And there will be no surprise what I'm about to do when you are looking through my eyes. See many go, see many come. Seen that they won't bring it to me, son. Try me if you want, but won't be any fun. I'll take the challenge. I'll beat anyone. I'm the one. I'll be quite clear. Bow down to no one. I'm right here. I get it in. I don't fight fair. And guess what? I'm your worst nightmare. I'm your worst nightmare. Are you prepared? I'm your worst nightmare. I know you scared. I'm your worst nightmare. Are you prepared? I'm your worst nightmare. I know you're scared.
Well, no doubt this has put a damper on what has been an otherwise incredible series, but thank you all for staying with us. We are ready to roll and get back underway. Heroic NaVi 3-3 Overpass, and we hope the issues have resolved themselves. They've even gone so far as to do a few test rounds in a separate medic, just to make sure that was the case, Chad.
Yeah, hopefully we can get this one back underway without any further dramas here. As you mentioned, we will be kicking off at 3-3, and how we got here, well, there was a couple of technical doohickeys, but NaVi picked up a pistol with the conversion, and then that's when we found ourselves down this rabbit hole. So let's kind of slide these first 6 rounds to one side and focus where we are right now. As simple, did retain the AWP. Some guns have been dropped across. We're going to have no dramas here for a buy of their own, and both teams finally settled and ready. Now, we spoke earlier about the mental side of things and how this was going to affect. Well, that comes in again, as so does the music. Let's get this one back underway. It's unorthodox, but so are heroic.
Yes, and it's not even just the mental aspect as well, it's the warm-up aspect. These guys are, guys that love to be fresh out of the DMs, fresh into the servers before their matches. This just cooled off things a lot, and it's getting a little bit late, so we are past the midnight mark here in Malta. I'm sure they got some snacks during that break, and I know I certainly did. You even ran to the washroom.
Yeah, I got the quick bathroom break in time.
Missed Molly.
And that's going to be some of the, I guess, it's not rust, but the cool down of the hands, right? Not being playing for the 15 or 20 minutes or so. To have a lot of control here early. Cadian stretching his legs towards long. We got the 1x bet on favoring NaVi. Still, as Cadian has been able to get out towards tree completely undetected. Now,
it's worth noting as well, by the way, Simple did save that AWP, right? He survived the bomb blast in jungle. They didn't hunt him down in that 2v1, so they were able to force buy around that. So this is the situation that we would have been in, all things considered.
Now, Cadian has so much room. The rotation is coming back over. SDY with the jump spot. Even gets a tag there. So Cadian put on notice here. The bomb is not committed. It is just Cadian. He's trying to buy all of this space for his team. We're starting to come up through the bathroom position to deal with Bit. Now, he's going to pivot for the first kill. Tessa's down. He's got a lot more to do with this Famus.
Yeah, fair play to him. Started off that one. Gets a chance to reset as well. Flash goes out. He's got that smoke protruding out, though, from the doorway, which means he can reset behind it. Stowen does find him and get the shot. He goes down to 38 HP in the process, though. And it then goes quiet. We subside on the map back toward the stairwell. 35 seconds, and Perfecto, it needs to be ready at B. There needs to be a rotation as well from the window.
Well, if Simple goes heaven, he can't be smoked off, so it's going to be a great position with that AWP. Perfecto, though, they're coming his way. They're splitting the attack right now. The Mollies give it up, and Simple rotating back. I think he was expecting a smoke. Back and forth between the two. We'll be able to find a position now, but the fight's coming.
It's coming. Perfecto manages to get one. A good job, all things considered, but the rotation's only just getting into position now.
Hit him.
Electronic and Simple. And Simple's hit him twice. Cadian's gone down to 5. They just need to collect an easy shot. Electronic couldn't do it, but more importantly got shushed, so the low HP should be easy to deal with when the time comes. Talon's gone for the rotation back through Monster. A chance to strike, a chance to at least catch them off. They're looking towards short. They're doubling. They're both looking the wrong way, but he fires at the wrong target. He got SDY. If he looked toward the ramp, he might have had 2.
Okay, well, the defuse needs to come through, boys. There's a kit on Simple for this, so no dramas there. And they do pull this one off. I think they thought with just the light util onto the site and no action coming behind it, Perfecto was calling, hey, guys, look, there's util here, but there's no bodies here. It's a classic heroic fakey boy maneuver. But it was the commit towards the site, and they do deal with that. Simple's going to be very hard done by off those tags, but they do collect the round, and this was Bit. Nice clean one to kick things off, and then he couldn't get away. He was pinned down towards that position, but so was Cadian, so really well handled from Electronic here. And no dramas, so 1 round done cleanly. Let's see if we can make it 2.
No, let's not get too facetious about it, but you're absolutely right. No dramas. We got through that one. NaVi took the win as well, so that gives them the economic situation back into their hands, and they can get back to business.
It might get caught off guard here. They're trundling up quickly. Here's the steps. Needs to deliver with the AK to make it. Wow, 2 and
stole it.
2 and a bit.
He had 3. In my heart, he has 3. As Bits is going to rotate back toward the bathrooms instead. It's Stowen that goes well up. Nice moves, bro. Good hops. Maybe that was the issue with the servers, running a KZ script the whole time.
Well, we definitely had some movement issues. They're trudging through quicksand, but this is now going to be a classic just stall out and bait out some more utility here. See another smoke deployed. Every piece of util that goes out is part of the economic game here, meaning that NaVi will have to invest. Now, it doesn't seem like a lot, but when the teams are so close like this on their 1-round game, every little margin matters. I don't know if they're going to be getting any kills or a plant out of this, so they will just be having a bit more of a time sink as we start to burn the midnight oil. There's another smoke deployed front bathroom, so demonstrating exactly what we're talking about.
Oh, no. This is not what we want to see. He's trying to rotate that op somewhere to be safe is all he's doing right now as he lags out because they still have a 5-on-2. So this round should not be affected by it in terms of what the result and the outcome of it will be. But I've got a feeling we're going back to a break. SDY, good holds, follow it up. Jabbi goes down as well. They will win it. We'll go 5-3, but let's just hold our breath here because this is going to get a call of a tech. Yes. And Perfecto says same thing again.
Yeah, so I believe...
this time Simple's at least laughing because they won this round. They didn't lose any economic. This one's a quick medic, but the issues obviously needs to be found.
I think it's disbelief at this point, isn't it? So, look, we haven't been able to get to the bottom of all of this here. I assume we will be going to another break again swiftly, ladies and gentlemen, just waiting to get the nod from production. There's obviously a lot of moving parts of all of this. It's not as simple as just get the game going. This time around,
simple right now.
It was just simple lagging.
Yeah, exactly. And it has. He's been the consistent one in this, so there's something going on in that regard, and I think he's trying to entertain himself now. But yeah, I'm not sure what it could be. I know that there's been some theories tossed around. I don't know if any of them. I don't know how it all works.
Let's go to a break.
I think we let IT get back into it. I think this is starting to bother Heroic as well. Look, it's an unfortunate situation. We don't want to be in this situation, but here we are. So that said, bear with us. We will take another short break. I'm gonna get a coffee, and maybe you guys should do the same at home. I don't know if you guys are late night coffee drinkers. I somehow am lucky enough that I can do that and get away with it. But we'll be back in a bit, guys, and we'll hopefully get this one done.
3, 2, 1. It's time to unleash the beast.
It's time to unleash the beast with Monster.
I know we're probably not the people you wanted to see or the voices you wanted to hear. Cheers, guys, by the way.
Cheers to the night shift.
Yes, to the night shift, yes.
Yes.
But we figured we should try to spread the load of filling, take it away from Chad and Matt, and just come on the deck to offer some hopefully entertainment whilst we try to get this third and final map between NaVi and Heroic going. Boys, what have you been up to during the pause? Because I've not seen you, so where have you been?
I was on the Twitter sphere. I was asking anybody out there if they wanted to @reply with a funny YouTube video. I'll follow whoever has the funniest vid. I got a bunch of replies. And a guy named JKS Top 1 Fan.
I know the guy.
He took the cake. He had this funny, I don't know what game it was. It was like Britons versus French people. And some guy was role-playing in the video game. It was funny. So
Okay.
it was a good time.
And,
Shouts out to him.
Blair, what have you been up to? Where have you been?
I took a power nap.
You took a power nap?
Yeah, feeling great.
Oh, you did. I actually have footage of said power nap. I was lying. I did see Blair. Are we allowed to use that on broadcast? Maybe I'll send it to production. Maybe
Oh,
I can
no. I have a terrible...
Thought I'm lacking.
I did catch you lacking.
Got him
Well,
lacking.
at least now I have...
At least Babe caught me napping, you know.
Babe caught me napping, yeah. So, guys, here we are.
Yep.
Sometimes these things happen, and hopefully we'll get it underway soon. But until then, let's have a chat, you know. Talking about chats, why don't we bring up Twitch chat? We can pretty much do a level of live interaction.
I think there's a little bit of a delay, but
Yeah,
we'll just talk about it. Oh, by the way, this is really cool. It is actually post-midnight.
Yeah, so we satisfied the night shift.
Yeah, I guess Chad can, you know, he's probably happy right as, all right, finally, the boys, they're night shift now. They're actual night shifters. And
They earn their stripes over there. Them night shifters.
Absolutely. At this point, it might even be the morning shift, right? So, yeah, that's there.
Yeah, it depends how you want to classify it, I guess.
shift.
But yeah, I brought up Twitch chat in front of me. For anyone at home unaware, we're what, maybe 45 seconds, a minute ahead?
I think about a minute.
About a minute.
45 minutes.
Any questions, whatever you've got in chat, throw them our way. Maybe we'll question you guys a bit and see if we can just keep some vibes going whilst we survive the night.
The only reason we actually have a delay is for stream snipers, of course, because when I'm dropping, I don't want everybody to just land it tilted with me and just snipe me, you know?
I have no idea what you just said right
Kids would get this reference, but my boomer colleagues don't understand what it's like to land
I
it
get the
tilted.
reference. I just remain silent to confer my position on your statement.
You landed at Pochinki? That just me?
That's a
Okay,
different
all right,
game now,
all right,
man.
all right.
I know, yeah, I'm just talking about all my hotspots.
Okay, right.
I landed in the action.
Yes, night shift,
You're a
gang,
boy.
mount up. Any questions in the chat? Dude, the chat's going a bit wild right now. This is taking me back to my streaming days.
That's kind of wild right now.
Yeah, we're gonna.
We're actually just streamers at the end of the
Yeah, we're
day.
going to try to keep track
Okay,
of this.
I'll get
Hello,
chat up too.
everybody. And it's only 5 p.m. in NA, by the way, Maui. So
those 9 to 5ers, hey, on your evening commute, it's time to get back, look at your phone.
I
And
don't think it's supposed to be like driving a car and
no, on your
watching.
evening commute. It could be on a public transit system. Okay, we have some public transit in NA.
And in what? Okay, maybe in 2 cities, maybe.
There's a few. There's a handful.
5
wow.
Maybe like 5.
out of a country.
I've actually seen Sam DaCosta with one of my emotes in the chat. Hello, Sam. Someone asked what I smell like. Blair, would you like to come over, have a smell? And maybe...
Absolutely not.
Whoa.
I do want to smell you, dude.
No, but now you're implying that I smell bad.
I think you probably smell great, but I don't know if my cable. Screw it. Let's just go over.
Yeah.
You're a brave man.
Or just take your headset off as well. That's There we go.
Is that Tom Ford?
It is. It actually is. It actually is.
Of course it is.
We've got some people trying to mislead in the audience too, saying NaVi won, Heroic won. No, everybody, we're still waiting to go
Someone's
live
asking
with
you
it,
to dab, Paula, in chat.
Right, can we direct the attention to some of my colleagues for a bit? I'm not a dancing monkey after all.
Well, let's see. Let's see what the chat
Really?
says here.
Someone just asked Paula to dab. And
One said show Hooksy. I think
Yeah,
we.
so
Wait, I'm going to
How
show
do we
Hooksy. I'm going to show Hooksy.
How about I'm going to talk to production right
this is what it looks like when we mute our mics and talk to production, by the way. Some real behind-the-scenes footage here.
I asked production for all of Hooksy's highlights from the group stage.
Yeah, well, let's not
Right,
overload
okay,
him
you
with
can probably
work.
zoom in here. There we go. There's Hooksy right there. Can you zoom in? No?
If we could get like a Hooksy highlight
Right
package,
there.
though, I'm sure the chat would go wild.
There we go.
Was literally one of those guys.
Wait, I've seen some relevant content here.
What?
Apparently it's 350 in India. I'm not sure where the extra 30 minutes is coming from.
I think the Brits took it from us.
Oh no, not like this. Wow, we're getting a little political on the night shift now.
It's you know, it's fine. It's not too spicy.
All right, sure.
I'll get spicy.
I mean, they had to tone down a lot of the spice once they brought it back.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought you live in London now.
I do.
Yeah,
That's
so-
how I know first-hand experience with this stuff.
True.
Yeah.
Paula's British, by the way. It's feeling very offensive.
Yeah, the chat do want to see Hooksy if it's possible, but I don't know if production have a still image of him, a video.
How about we just show G2's results from the group stage? Because people
How-
like that.
If we can, is
People
it
would
possible?
love that. I know people would love to see how good G2 and Hooksy
I think production are dealing with other more pressing matters right
Showing
now.
Hooksy.
There's at least one guy out there.
Okay,
can
well,
save us.
we'll see if those things can be brought up. But, okay, Group B.
There we
up
go!
on screen.
Oh, production. Hell yeah.
So G2, one of the rare results for ESL Pro League Season 16 with the 5-0.
Yeah, this is, I mean,
Vitality did too.
Vitality were the other team to accomplish a 5-0, but 10 maps straight, blah. It was carnage on the side of G2. They were knocking everyone out of the park.
Oh yeah, this is great stuff there. It's kind of wild that G2 did this when you have teams like Big, FaZe, and Outsiders expecting a few upsets to take place, but the fact that they actually managed to nail this is crazy. I'm looking at the Twitch chat, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the chat. They're actually catching up. They're catching up to what we said like, 2 minutes back, so...
And now, as we come out of Group B, let's transition to the most guys.
Yes.
That's a tweet. That is the origin of Hooksy's
And
World.
by the
Hooksy's
way,
World.
it's Hooksy's World. Hashtag Hooksy's World. Let's get it trending once again. Look, how many people are in the chat right now? 82,000. Look, even if like 5% of you would start tweeting hashtag Hooksy's World right now with hashtag ESL Pro League, there's a chance we get that for real trending. And of course, we would not be doing the man justice if we did not show those stats. Hooksy, we know you're watching, mate. Shout out to you.
Shouts out Hooksy. I know Dexter watches a lot of these broadcasts, actually.
Big Dex.
I actually looked at the chat back at Paula when you revealed your bracket earlier today. That made front page Reddit, by the way.
Yes.
When you did
Excited to see that.
Dexter was in Twitch chat and he said, "I won."
Oh yeah, did he?
Dexter said, "I won."
Okay, well,
and this is Paula's bracket, and this is what made Dexter's day. You made a father happy today, Paula. How's it?
Dexter, if you're out there watching, same as Hooksy, I love you, kid. You're doing big things with Mouse. You've completely turned them around, and I believe, man, it's the final we all want to see: Mouse versus Heroic.
Oh!
So we've got Katie and Magic.
Yeah.
We've got Hooksy's Wild, and chat's going wild for that, by the way. Thank you, chat.
Ben the Legend.
Ben the Legend from last season. Shout out to Ben the Legend. But what can we give Dexter? Since he is a fan of the night shift, fan of the show,
Dexter's family.
and a competitor in ESL Pro League, last but not
Just give him
least.
a monster.
Give him a monster and Dexter's lab.
Ultra Gold.
Dexter's Lab, of course.
Surely.
For all of you out there that aren't boomers like us, a legendary cartoon. Yes.
I mean, everyone knows Dexter's Lab, surely.
Well, we're going to find out from chat
And
very
then
soon.
Instead of saying DD, get out of my lab, JDC, get out of my lab.
Okay.
Hey.
We got to put it together like that.
Cheeky.
Use that one.
Yes, for anyone still asking in chat who won, we are still waiting to find out, still waiting to get things going. We're just
idea.
trying to spread the load of filling time rather than just putting up... Sorry, I need to burp now. This isn't an official segment.
He just loves spreading the bloats, though.
What does that mean?
Sorry, no.
Yeah, what does that mean, spreading the load?
Yes, can I finish my official statement? Yeah, we're still waiting for the match to get going. Third and final map between Heroic and NaVi. And we're just trying to spread the load of entertainment, keeping you guys
Spread the
amused
love,
and
man.
engaged from Chad and Matt from
Spread the
Sponge and
love.
Sado. And rather than you lot looking at beautiful pictures of Malta, we wanted to jump on and just see if we can, give you guys a bit of extra fun.
We actually enjoy this job, surprisingly. This is fun, It's not just bannering, just
This
talking.
is a great job. So I was like, let's just do our
I'm
job.
getting hot. And
Let's do more of our job.
Oh, it's starting to strip now. Great. It's getting that time in the night.
Oh,
Oh,
Get
that
it
was a
hot
quick
in here.
switch. That was a quick switch. No, but again, since we're not in like official desk territory, because for playoffs, I think we all had an agreement, right? Shirts for every day. I wouldn't be wearing the t-shirt if this was official.
Sure, Paul.
wow.
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Literally
That's the
wore
dress code.
a Naruto t-shirt earlier, and
Wow.
it's starting to flex now. All right, great.
Kaisen.
Jujutsu Kaisen, Naruto, same
Kaisen.
thing.
Not quite blame F, but like we're getting there, maybe.
He's
Benjamin,
flexing on that.
Are you literally flexing in front of like 80? It's fine.
just trying to.
Hit a flex. Hit a pose. hit a pose. You know, Arnold is actually not too far from us right now.
Arnie is literally right now.
Yeah, Arnold actually
like,
paid a visit to Poland, actually. So for all those people that think Malta's got it all, we got Arnold in the country right now.
Literally everybody.
Look it up. Google it.
Arnold
is in Poland today.
Yes,
Which is kind of crazy because
here in the country.
We were literally watching Predator a couple of nights back, and maybe we summoned him.
I think that's probably how this works.
Exactly.
That's how that works. When you actually watch a movie of a famous celebrity,
especially from Austria,
yeah, they
it's
notice.
like massive, you know.
I was watching a Hooksy frag reel, and that's how he came up on the stream. Oh wait, just me? Okay.
Just you.
Can we just talk, by the way, about
That's what he's doing, but yeah.
Because I think Hooksy was appreciated, right, in Copenhagen Flames.
Yes.
But it's like the internet, the CSGO community, you guys and us, he's like seen this huge growth in popularity, which is rare to see a massive spike like that. And I think it's awesome. I wonder if he's enjoying it. By the looks of his Twitter and some private conversations I've had with him, he's enjoying it. He's having a fun time with it.
I think it can go both two ways, right? Like, and one thing I love about one of the few things I love about social media, and like, okay, go for it, Maui, just sip it. No,
it's already done.
All right, cool.
I already
you gulped that entire thing.
You're ruining the
wow.
No, I drank it all.
Okay.
I crushed it.
We only had like 2 cans left, and so we had to find a third. And
I don't need yours, Blue.
Yeah,
that's enough caffeine.
Mine's actually full.
I mean, keep drinking Monster.
Anyway, yes, Arnold is in the country. Going on from that, I was saying Hooksy's seen this huge burst in popularity.
Which is a great thing. And I love the fact that Twitch obviously initially was a meme because he was really struggling in Blast. He was kind of ruining a lot of fantasy pick'ems and all of that. But Twitch chat was like, screw this. He's a Giga Chat. We like him. They're winning. And it kind of memed into reality where they took what could have been a negative thing into a positive and fun thing. And I think that's beautiful.
I think that is wonderful. That's how the world works in its harmonious ways that just bring out the best in everybody. Because honestly, people could have just clowned Hooksy because after the Blast results, honestly, it kind of felt like a tongue-in-cheek thing to say anything about Hooksy at all because they didn't look as good at Blast as they did at EPL. But now at EPL, people are saying it no longer in jest. There's no irony anymore. People are actually G2 supporters. They're Hooksy supporters. And I think, Blaine, you and I have both been very impressed with how G2 has been performing once they really got going in this group stage.
Guys, someone has a great idea in chat. I don't think it will be possible, but Berkey Kem, he says call Hooksy.
Call Hooksy.
Look, I'm gonna personally work on that behind the scenes, but right now, in the present, guys, our casters would like to have a chat. We've got Sponge and Sadakist on the line. Remember, there's a bit of a delay between our communications.
All right.
So let's manage that and bring him in. Where you at, boys?
Take the chair out.
Hey.
Hello, we're here.
Guys.
I'm just moving chairs out of the way.
What's going on,
I forgot
guys?
that I had to stand up for all this. Now we're chilling. Paula, how are you, sir? How's life in Katowice?
Honestly, we're having a great time. You know,
it's delay.
That's all right. He's coming back.
Yeah, it's been 5 weeks now. Matt, I must say that you are looking tanned AF, brother. And also, let's see that new piece of artwork on your forearm, mate. It's looking awesome.
Oh, yeah. This is it. Yeah, thank you. I just got it today. Obviously it's Jaden, immortalizing her for the rest of my life. I guess I can say this publicly. I've kept this really quiet. She has cancer now. She's an old girl. So I know, look, let's not kill the mood. We're having some fun. I had my moment. I've come to terms with it. She owes me nothing. But yeah, I want to keep her with me forever. So that's what I did. I did this today. And Henry G was the guy I asked on who I should get to do it. He obviously knows his tats. He's got about 380 of them now. So he hooked me up. And yeah, there we go. I'm pretty stoked on it. I'm pretty happy.
It looks good.
So yeah, absolutely. So super, super cool. Not to have a pity party on that. But yeah, we're obviously still here in Malta. You were going to call Hooksy.
I just tweeted him. I told him
a third headset.
Come to the desk. So we'll try and get Hooksy here for you, Parla. I am quite literally casting like a chav in a hoodie and a cap. Because we weren't going to be on camera today.
Nope.
So this is how I came to work. Yeah, we're trying to get Hooksy here. We'll see if he wants to come. Hooksy, if you're listening, if you're watching right now, if you need to get to the caster desk, ask one of the player managers. They'll tell you where to go. We'll plug the headset in, and we can learn more about Hooksy's world.
I would be totally on board with that. I think we could get him down here, probably teach us a thing or two about a thing or two. He probably can commentate better than us. He's better at everything in the world than us.
True.
So yeah, it's.
What if he joined us for the rest of the game?
Dude, I would be into it. I mean, it might be a little late. We're after midnight. Maybe there's like, maybe he's got to prep himself for tomorrow.
They don't play until Friday.
That's true. They don't play until Friday. Get down here, Hooksy. You
Boys,
have no excuse.
Let's do this, because we want to make sure we have a back and forth. Maui, I'm arguing with a clown online right now, thanks to you. This conversation earlier to do... Wait, he said, where is it? Legitimately.
All right, dude, if we get Hooksy
I'm going to go get Hooksy.
I honestly want...
You stay here and talk to them.
I'll stay here. I think the delay is about 5 seconds, Paula. So I'm going to say, hey, Paula, how are you? And then I'm going to make motions, and then it's going to fill in, and then you should hear me about now.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Matt. And look at this. Look at this. Coordinated from us on the desk, the guys in the casting booth, and you guys in Twitch chat asking for this. Kem specifically call Hooksy. He might be coming down. This is history in the making, Blair.
Exactly. Listen, there are a few otherworldly beings out there. When you summon them, sometimes they might answer. This might be one of the few times it's going to transpire into reality. So that's beautiful. That's great. I'm excited about this.
Maui, do you have anything that you want to add? You've got your phone out. Maybe you wanted to say something to Matt. Chad's disappeared.
Yeah, Chad disappeared. I mean, he's been fighting a guy in my mentions about SDY on NaVi.
Oh God, why is it not that?
Actually,
let's not talk about fighting in Malta right now. Matt,
oh God! Wow. Matt, come on.
Chad's been entertaining himself quite a bit.
He's been having...
Hey, here's the thing. Here's the thing. He went to get Hooksy for us, so we can't be too hard on Chad right now.
Yeah.
He's doing the
We're not being hard on Chad.
He's being the talent runner.
One thing I did want to know, Matt, is, yeah, I noticed you're looking tanned. What have you been up to? I've been seeing beautiful biking pictures. Yeah, what has been the personal life of Matthew Sadakis Triver out in Malta?
Yeah, no, look, I'm not a road biker, but if this is the place to do it, it's not the worst. Obviously couldn't bring the mountain bike, so brought my brother's road bike because he's down for the count right now with some surgery. Look, why am I giving you my whole life story? I don't know. But, yeah, it's sick. I did the whole island. Check it out. All the tourist scenes. It's been great. Been getting a tan. No, look, it's been fun. And I think the Counter-Strike's been playoffs so far. I mean, last night's match was sick. Today's was sick. Hopefully it can still be sick when we get going. But the group stages was fun to see some of the changes in the teams and get amongst it. So enjoying it, I think. The vibe here is pretty good. I think most of the teams pretty happy. I know you guys are in Katowice. It's not the same, but obviously you guys look like you're having fun on the night shift at least. I don't know. Am I wrong? I think it looks pretty cozy.
Hey, we've been having a great time. There's this sort of, I was going to say team, but that'd be underplaying it. There's a family atmosphere between us. You know, Maui's been working on his reverse tan. It's a bit of a different thing.
Getting lighter, yeah.
He's getting
a little bit lighter.
He's looking esports.
Yeah.
Looking really esports, yeah.
And so, Maui, how's that been going for you, if you want to bounce off what Matt's been talking about?
Well, I think that social media does a great job showing that all the good and none of the bad. So let's just leave it at that we're putting out a great message to the fans, and everything else in Katowice stays between all of us.
What happens in Kato stays in Kato, I guess.
In Kato.
That's how it is, Matt. You know it.
You make it sound like we're involved in
fair.
crime.
Hey, look, I don't mind the place.
I love it. I'm having a great time. It's just Maui's alluding to us doing
I thought
things.
you were.
We're having a good time.
We're actually having a good time.
Right, we are actually having a good time. That was kind of a...
I mean, we literally have Arnie in the city right now.
Yeah, we've got Arnie in the city. We
saw Arnold's Rolls Royce earlier today.
In front of a hotel.
What?
Please, Matt, go ahead. Matt's waiting.
If you're the top food reviewer, in Katowice, you must be nearly out of restaurants by now, Maui. Like you must have done all of them by now.
We're heading into Krakow now.
There's like 12, Matt.
You know,
there's a surprising amount of restaurants here. Paula and Blair are really a big fan of this place called Tali House, Masala House, that we also go to. We should do a night shift food review, I'd say, of that place next, because we frequent them very often. That's a place where...
They literally start smiling when we walk in, because they're like, these boys are going to spend so much money tonight.
I can say I am, according to our food delivery service, one of the most regular customers of 3 different Katowice establishments. All right, Matt, on that bomb...
Guys, I hate to break up the party.
Okay,
I was about to say... No.
Go for it.
I was about to say it's weird that I have the full screen and you have the small when I'm the only person, but we've got our special guest here. Chad's back, and here is none other than...
We did it,
Chad's trying to get the headset plugged in. This is still... Hang on. I'll hold the mute while you get it on so that you don't wreck everyone.
Oh my God.
There we go.
Look,
Hooksy, what a hero, man. You're coming in late. We'll get you right in here just to...
We did it.
Let's
get Chad in there, too.
Make sure Hooksy knows there's a delay between us on the desk and him. I have
Massive
one
delay.
simple question before I let Matt
Alright.
and Chad take over with this conversation. Hooksy, what's it like to know this is hashtag Hooksy's world and the rest of us are just living in it?
Pala, I don't know what world you're living in, but
There it is.
no, but this is just one of a billion memes. Like,
You loving it? You liking the fanfare?
Oh, I think it's fun as fuck.
Yeah.
Family show, sorry.
No,
but
it's,
still.
it's all good. You're a player. You can say whatever you want. That's kind of how it works around
All
here,
right.
mate. But it has been a bit of a whirlwind, right? Like the whole initial tournament, the underperformance, then you come out the gates, everybody's in your corner.
Underperformance.
The first time, not the
Oh,
group
we
stage.
qualified. It
No,
was
the group
fine.
stage was great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look,
yeah.
that was my excuse for you in the podcast,
okay.
all right? You know, I was like, he's in-game leading, it's a new team. I was like, you do. Look, and then you come out, and now you've got all this fanfare behind you. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, it's
I love
crazy
the
fun.
memes.
Yeah, I love it as well.
I'm reading it while I'm casting and stuff. You pull off a big round. It's fun. It's
Yeah.
all fun.
No, it's fun to watch other matches as well because now I just see my name in Twitch chat all the time, no matter who's playing.
Did
Yeah,
you see
that's
that coming though? Like, was that like I didn't see it coming. I'm casting this week, last week. All I
Yeah.
see is your name. I'm like, what is going on?
No, it's so weird. It doesn't matter where I go. Like, I look on YouTube, I see my face. I look on WhatsApp in our private group for the team. They are posting memes about me all the time. I look on Twitter, I see my face. I look on Facebook, it doesn't matter where I look.
You've been a good sport about it. I think that's the important part,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Obviously, like, you can laugh or you can cry.
Yeah.
Obviously, and I chose to laugh, so yeah.
Probably good for camaraderie though, right? New team. Like,
Oh, yeah.
everyone's joking around. Like, it's got to be fun. How's
Yeah, it's kind of-
JKS like with all this? He's probably just going with it.
It's kind of breaking the ice, yeah. Yeah, Justin is fine with everything. Like, I've never seen that guy being actually mad.
Yeah.
Like, he's always happy, or not happy, but like, you know.
He's content.
Yeah, content, yeah, it's a good word, yeah, for sure.
No, look, we got you out of bed, I believe.
You actually
the
did.
reports came
No, I
through.
was actually laying in my bed, and then all of a sudden you started to fill, and I was like, "Are you actually talking about me when you're filling as well now?"
But you put your jersey on.
Of course
so
I did.
You've been trained correctly here.
Yes.
So whack the jersey on, get on the camera.
Even Adidas pants, if you can see that on stream.
Okay. So look, you smashed the
He's better
the
dressed than we
obligations.
are.
Yeah, that's true. We weren't meant to be on camera today. That's why we don't normally look this disheveled. Actually, no, we,
No,
we
yeah,
do,
definitely do. 100%. I'm not even going to try and hide that one.
So look, we can go in a multitude of different ways with this. As you can see here, we're waiting for the game to get back underway.
Yeah.
And we don't have any answers as to what's happening. So
No.
we can't give you any answers. But
Unlucky.
if this does conclude tonight, who's winning?
Well, maybe I shouldn't spoil the content that ESL did, but I kind of want NaVi to win because I want to play against Simple. 'Cause
Okay.
I never played an official against Simple, and I kind of want to try.
You've never played an official against Simple?
Nope, only practice.
I'm going to say the same thing I said to Fang the other day when he was like, I've never played against FaZe. I'm like, no, FaZe has never played against you. Simple's never played against Hooksy. All right, let's be honest.
True.
Yeah, he doesn't know what's going to happen to him. Like,
For
it's
that game,
for a whole new
can
one.
you change the I to a 1 in your name?
I can.
Yeah. And then we can use the Simple, like 1 in the name, 1 in the game, and we can use it.
Sure.
Yeah,
I think that's something you have to talk with the ESL guys about, like the overlay or something.
on the
maybe.
HUD.
The HUD, yeah, I think the HUD would be pre.
I can do it on Steam,
Yeah.
and then when you see replays, for sure you can see my right name, right? I think so.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I'm not tech whiz. Otherwise, we would have fixed this nonsense that's going on right here. But
True.
okay, so you want NaVi to win, but do you think NaVi are going to win? Because you've seen the series unfold so far.
Yeah. Obviously, I haven't seen all of it because I was looking at some games from practice today.
Okay.
So I didn't really have time to watch all of it. But the general vibe is that it's pretty close, and I think now we will close it out in the end.
Yeah. Well, Cadian's playing really well. Simple's playing really well. That was one of the things. Before this map started, they were actually the same rating on HTV. There was 1 kill separating the two of them over those first 2 maps. So
Not
some
bad.
pretty good Counter-Strike. What about the other results we got going on here? We may as well, while we have you, dig a
Yeah,
little
why
bit
not?
deeper into your opinion. Let me just use my body as a mouse pad here. So we obviously had Liquid taking down Fnatic. What do you make of Fnatic, right? We know they've gone out early here, but you played them much in practice?
Not really, but obviously I know at least some of the players very well.
Sure.
And yeah, I actually thought they would win 2-1 against Liquid. And I thought from talking to my old teammates a little bit, I actually thought they had a really good game plan. And it seemed to work, especially on Overpass it worked. So I would say give them a bit more time and they will probably perform.
Look at this. We even have graphics.
Damn.
Yeah, it's past midnight, and we're still bringing up the right
Not
stuff.
everybody in the tech team sleeping, apparently.
Yeah. Look, they're over there in Katowice. They don't get any sleep. So over here, it's a little bit different. Okay, so this matchup right here, look, Liquid go through. They're going to take on Mouse. FaZe versus Complexity. That one must have been a surprise. I know FaZe still won, but Complexity played very well.
Watching the game, yeah, it was a surprise for sure. Like, Grim popped off, and I think even Nico tweeted about it, but we played Complexity a little bit in practice as well, and Grim has been, I don't know, out of this world. He's really hitting form right now, so... yeah, obviously I was surprised still that they played that well, but that Grim was popping off, I didn't really surprise me at all.
And I'm glad actually... Well, I'm not glad that FaZe beat them for their sake, but I'm glad it was close in the end because at the start I was like, okay, Complexity's playing a sick game, but FaZe was playing so bad that I thought that was what everyone was going to focus on. But even they said it. Like, I spoke to Robin after, and he was like, that was the worst game we played. And like, I felt like everyone was just going to focus on that and not give Complexity credit. Whereas on Inferno, like, they actually grinded out some rounds. Like, they worked for it. Like, they looked good.
No, they looked really good, and at the same time, it was not only individually. I think often with teams like this, it's like an individual pop-off that does it, but I think for Complexity, it was also team play that actually did something.
Grim gave them a ton of space, but like they all had moments, like for sure.
But like one thing is that FaZe is giving them space, but another thing is that you actually have to take it as well, right?
Yep.
So, yeah.
What about Outsiders versus Furia? Did you think that was going to go the way of Outsiders?
Yeah, I actually predicted the result as well on the team.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I heard Yanko was talking a bit about Furia earlier, and the playstyle is difficult to be consistent in Tier 1 Counter-Strike. How do you feel about that sentiment?
I think it's tough to say something like that. Like, if Furia is playing their best Counter-Strike, then they can beat everyone in the world, and they can be consistent about it as well, I think. But obviously, I think Outsiders have a really good matchup against Furia because they play slow, they play, like, they never really get surprised by stuff. And that's why I thought they would win as well, because they are playing slow and Furia is kind of, you know, crazy sometimes. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, well, that sets us up with Cloud9 FaZe. That's going to be a banger of a game. Mouse Liquid, Vitality Outsiders, and then you versus whoever comes through this game a little bit later today. Who do you think? Let's assume you beat the winner of Heroic or NaVi. Let's live in that world. That's the world I'm living in. That's Hooksy's world. Who do you think you'll be playing on the other side, Vitality or Outsiders?
Vitality.
Yeah, I think so too right now. I think that they're looking pretty hot. They look good in the groups. I think Outsiders is like, everyone's kind of learned their play style, right? They're not as like surprising as they used to be. They're not as like potent with like the late round hits. Everyone knows they can just hold utility against them now. And like, I think Vitality's in this like great little honeymoon phase as well after changing things up again.
Yeah.
Spink Zywoo combo is going to be really, really potent going forward here with this team.
Yeah, for sure. Like we already played them a few times at last, so I think playing them again will be like we're already getting a little bit of a rivalry against them. I feel like.
Okay. What about the top half of the bracket here? Cloud9 FaZe. Who do you have winning that one?
That's one. It really depends on if FaZe can find that game again, because I feel like they're kind of out of it right now. But I actually expected them to kind of step up in the playoffs. So if FaZe plays to their normal level, I think they will win.
Do you think having the like close call against Complexity might be that wake up call though? Like they're gonna sit back and go, holy shit.
No, it easily could
practice and get ready. Like
yeah, it easily could be. But at the same time, Cloud9 have been playing really well. They almost went 10-0 as well in maps as we did. So yeah, I think the top bracket is looking way more interesting than I actually thought it would at first.
Yeah. What about Mouse Liquid?
Well, I have a tough time like placing Mouse in the rankings. I don't really know. I feel like Liquid is playing really well when Yakinda is playing well. And when he's not playing well, it looks kind of flat in some way. Like, not to talk trash about him or anything, but I just feel like Yakinda is so important for them, right?
Sure.
Like when he's doing his stuff and he's like hitting everything, then everything looks so easy for Liquid. But yeah, but Mouse, I really don't know where to put them. I feel like one day they look like the best team in the world. Next day they look like, you know, before they kind of hit this up spring. So I don't know, like, where to put them.
I think this is where another thing comes into it too, like playoffs, right? Like stages, you can peak and look amazing, but the playoffs are a whole other bag. And like Liquid may have scraped through, but now they're in that game. They've had some time to get into it. I agree. I think that's the hardest one to call. I don't know where I lean on that one. It's a 3-mapper. That's all I'll say, but it's going to be tough.
That's probably true.
Well, look, this isn't going to be easy. Now, Hooksy, we want to throw back to the desk now, but there's obviously the big fanfare around you. Is there anything that you want to say to the people at home? Is there anything you want to let them know?
Nothing else besides I'm super happy for all the support, and I hope that you're not all trolling and somebody actually likes me and thinks I'm a gigachat. It's not only full memes. But yeah,
I think that. So.
Cool down on the Hooksy's World thing, because that's Parla's thing and we don't want that. Just keep the gigachat going, that's fine.
Okay. But Parla's that you don't want it to take off.
No, Parla's, I don't know, that night shift thing. It's just...
Wow! That is a critique, Parla. How do you feel about that?
And we thought he was coming in to save the show. He just threw you under the bus, dude.
Hey, you know, sometimes things can go underappreciated, and that's fine. We got Hooksy on the show, and that is a huge win, all right? That's the Giga Chad. It's his world. We're just living in it. Thank you so much, Chad, Hooksy, and Matt. I suppose now, us on the desk, we're going to try to continue until we have a solution to our match issue. A big shout out to him, though, for coming. Apparently, literally got out of bed for us.
Shouts out to Hooksy for coming on HLTV Confirmed, the abridged version. Really great stuff there. Great questions, Chad, going through the entire bracket one at a time.
By the way,
matchup by matchup.
Yeah.
What about the news? There's news on HLTV. Did you read that too?
Has anyone seen Blair? Is Blair? Hello?
Where's Blair?
Blair? Oh, Blair, you...
Are they done with the podcast yet?
Oh, yeah, just finished, man. So,
all right, cool.
You missed some cool stuff there.
I fell asleep. It's kind of late at night and all that, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But Hooksy, yeah.
Burning the midnight oil here.
Giga Chad.
Giga Chad. Wait, I love how we just threw you under the bus.
I know, seriously.
Yeah, hey, it's fine, you know.
How does that feel, though?
Being creative, you get used to sometimes people not embracing what you put forward, but ultimately, you know, he's the star of the show, and he's getting the shine he deserves. Whether he likes my hashtag or not is unimportant. For me, it's Hooksy's world, and I'm just living in it. Giga Chad.
Giga Chad.
Wait, should we do it? Are we going to settle on right or left arm? And then we do it together.
Do it together.
Like a superhero squadron, all right? 3. Wait, left or right arm?
I'm doing left.
Both.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
Okay, left arm, and we lean to the left, so it's a bit of a dance.
Okay, all right.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Giga Chad!
All right, clip that, chat, and let us never forget what we have just done to ourselves on broadcast. All right, but yeah, some great insight there. And you know, it's rare these days, I think, to have sort of, unplanned...
Impromptu
guests coming up, players specifically, and it's so nice of him to do that. And he seems to be enjoying the. He said that I hope some people out there like me for real. But of course, dude, like people are embracing you for a reason. So. It's great to see him enjoying it, which was sort of one of the questions we were asking.
I think one of the important things, which I feel like a lot of up-and-coming players, and this is me being a little bit serious here, a lot of up-and-coming newer talents, or newer players rather, to the Tier 1 scene could learn from what Hooksy's done. Because Hooksy was not a part of like Tier 1 scene. Like if you go back a couple of years prior, he was in the Copenhagen Flames, grinding it out. And finally, once he kind of struck gold here, he's like, all right, cool, I'm going to be me, I'm going to embrace it, I'm going to make it mine. And that is something a lot of, I feel like, players could do instead of just running away from interviews. Just go for it, make your own brand. And I think that's something Hooksy's kind of embraced and done on his own.
Fortunately for him, we've all seen the benefits of other players in the past who have gone out and been a personality or just embraced it. Because kind of back in the day, you think of like 2013, 14, 2012 even, like Get Right would just kind of say the one-word answers a lot.
Rings a bell.
Yeah, and so like there were a lot of players then that just did the one-word shtick kind of thing on the post-game interviews. And it was
the amount of dream hacks I did where Totte, Get Right, I'd ask him any sort of question, he'd just go, yes. No, and it was a good bit for a while, but then after a while, I don't mean to interrupt, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But as in, there comes a point where, the audience really want to get to know you guys, the players, etc., and give a more developed time. Be yourself, get your personality out there.
We saw that, and we're getting a lot of that from Hooksy. He's getting to be himself, and I think everybody's on this journey with him together. We're all holding hands, and despite him not liking it or not, we're in his world.
Yes, exactly. And by the way, everybody at home, no updates yet, but we do have some on-the-fly content, a surprise for Blair and Maui. So one of our internet friends, I think he's actually an ESL employee, Pie Thrower, we have a tweet from him where he asked us, while we wait for Simple to play again, what do you think of my friend trying to imitate Simple? I think we can play the clip as well.
There should be a clip with it.
Yes, here we go, everybody.
Pretty awesome.
What do you think of this clip here?
Ownage. Femboy Peak.
And there we go. Just an unfortunate turn of events. Yeah.
No, he just needed to shoot. You said it as well.
Just had to land the shot.
At there's two things you can do as a teammate after that. You say NT and get him next time.
or literally just start a vote for like kicking.
Vote kick immediately after.
The immediate vote kick right there.
You choose the angel on your shoulder that types NT, or do you choose the other that calls vote?
I don't have the NT on my shoulder.
You don't have the NT. You're just
insta vote right there.
Yes or no to the vote kick, Paula?
He's a guy going for the play.
You vote kick this.
He's a guy going for the play.
Oh yeah,
he is a movie. The movie fragger. The movie fragger with Chad.
The Giga Chad movie fragger.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pie Thrower for helping us along. You've just now officially been a part of this we can't say post-show, mid-show integration.
Broadcast.
Yeah, you're
a
officially
segment.
part of the broadcast now.
Yeah.
I met him at
You
Cologne.
guys
He's
talking
great.
about vote kicks or
Yeah.
or the NTs or... I'm a big fan of the NT. I think that's always some nice encouragement to offer your teammates.
Do you
know?
type GG easy after you win?
No, dude. Who do you think I am?
Chad does it. Chad does it. I've seen some screenshots after he wins a game, and it's like,
wow.
oh, just won a game. GG
Okay.
easy, right? I'm just saying.
GG Easy is like pure toxicity, especially when the game is like 16-14. Everybody
Easy.
knows it was a hard-fought battle, and you just say GG Easy, and the other
And it's the guy, and it's the guy.
you. I hate you.
dude. And it's the guy who has 6 kills and
Bottom
27
fragger.
deaths. Bottom fragger all
Always.
the time. GG easy.
Yeah.
And you know what? That hits more. That actually hurts when they say that to me, and I'm like, you piece of, like, you did nothing.
Nothing.
You did nothing that game.
So it gets under your skin. It works.
Guys,
Good, Paulo.
I have some more on-the-fly content. We have a tweet from a very well-known and respected member of the ESL and Counter-Strike cast. Stunner has sent us in a tweet, and I don't know what this one is, so excited to bring it up.
Go, Stunner.
Okay, we've got Stunner saying, Hoochie CSGO is a Terra Chad. Terra Chad, Giga Chad, Himothy, Himi Neutron, hashtag Sun Gods. Now, listen to it play.
When the night's gone and the day
He's gone.
We are.
Is Harry saying we are or are we up? Because we up is a bit more, you know, in the meta.
I honestly can't make out what he says half the time.
I think it's we are.
Let's let it play for a bit. Maybe just vibe out to it for a second with that tweet.
comes to the sun gods. We
are.
I was born.
And listen to this. You know, Henry G, a big fan of emo rap and emo rock. And I think he did a fantastic impression on this track. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, this is, you could tell that there was a lot of inspiration from some of his idols like Lil Peep. Actually, Henry G, many people don't know this, but on Steam, Henry G uses a Bart icon, like Bart Simpson, with tattoos on his face wearing like a puffer jacket. So he's one of those kind of guys once you get to know him.
Is he? I don't know. I thought he's more like 80s, like punk.
And now listen,
He likes Lil
guys, quickly now, we move on to the next verse, and this is Chad's verse, so let's listen in.
Camouflage, you can try to hide them. Cashing checks, but you can't ride them. Hashtag more like red flag. 3 of you make me sick. Got the short end of the dick. All these bars are kind of quick.
Whoa, easy there, Chad.
Oh, jeez.
Kind of rude.
Keep it PG. Some was bound
Ooh,
to
we're
stick.
just dropping the
Rhyme
bombs.
so fast on non-collars jocks off. Reach so far I'll knock Blaze box off.
Oh, rude.
About as clean as Alexi B's trademark fakes.
Overrated.
Yeah.
God, that one stung a little bit. That one hurt.
Yeah, as I said before, not sure what Chad said, but he said something. And so it's great that he gave his input.
He took the diss track part of it very
And
seriously.
final verse, which is the most coveted part, I think, on most rap tracks, we have Big Stunner, Big Stun,
Stunner nailed this.
hailing from Alabama, California, A, as they say. Let's listen into Stunner.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we were. Something you could never be, not even in your wildest dreams. Just
Okay,
walking memes. Yo, hold up,
Interesting.
ladies,
So
stop
Chad
beat.
sent me the
You doing a
lyrics
fucking
on my
night shift?
phone,
Nah,
which is
they ain't on that
great
team. Nah, you can't just
to
get
know.
those rings.
There were
They
lyrics
only
there?
do little things.
Yes, I
just
have
mumbling.
the full lyrics on my phone.
Oh, Brendan, man.
It's like 2020.
How many times have you even heard this, dude? You know the lines.
Man, that's still rendering, fam.
Man,
Yes.
Fam. He says
Still
fam.
rendering.
fam.
Still rendering.
Still rendering.
One simple concept, and that is that only when the sun is done, and only then, it is that the nighttime is the right time. Ha! I'm out.
I'm out.
Dang.
Yeah.
Stunner hit that.
Really,
Stunner hit a lick or two.
yeah, it's
I think Stunner had the best,
Really?
best flow there.
Stunner definitely nailed
I
that.
could actually make out the words he was saying.
a great piece of music, you know, and shout out to the Sun Gods doing their thing. So
Some would call it art.
let's go through some of these lines then. So
Yeah.
starting with Henry G, since
right.
he started off the track. My flow stays the sharpest. Hand me the pen. I'll smoke it again. Let's break that one down, guys.
So we're doing Rap Genius Live. Okay.
All right,
So
Matt, we have to take this one. I'm sorry,
So,
yeah.
I mean, obviously, he's talking about a vape pen. Obviously, it's tobacco because that's all we talk about in this kind of context. You can't
That's
do anything else
literally the only
legally.
thing we might do.
Yeah, it's the only. So he's taking a vape pen of tobacco and he's hitting it, and that's where he gets
Right, and so then
That's how we get inspiration to
the
write.
next lyric is Purple Haze. Let's break that one down.
Purple Haze is a famous album by the artist formerly known as Prince.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes. There we go.
And he's a big fan of Purple Haze. There we go.
another one.
Moving swiftly on to the densest verse on the track. Sponges. I can see he's online right now. Hello, Chad. A case of lost time. Call it amnesia. But this shit ain't for your leisure.
Did he just rhyme amnesia with leisure?
He tried to, yeah. He tried to.
Bit of
So this one kind of makes me think of Christopher Nolan's 2000 classic Memento, where the main character had amnesia and he had to piece his way through his journey of life just to find out who was the killer and who he shouldn't be trusting. And I think that's Chad's journey every day he wakes up because he doesn't know his enemies from his friends.
Yeah. Also old age, dementia.
Yeah, it hits real hard. For those.
Yeah, he's kind of forgetting the time.
Once you're over 32, it's just like you just don't know what's going on anymore. I'm just
yeah, absolutely. Yes, yes. Yep.
3 of you make me sick. Got the short end of the dick. I don't know what that means.
So he's
Thank you, Chad.
I think that's a little bit of a cell phone. That's a little cell phone right there, like the short part of it. Like
of that.
There's only one part, Chad, like that you can be using. So if it's the short part, that's the only part.
I
it's a cell phone.
Know what's happening anymore. By the way, everybody at home, still waiting on some updates for all of you. Oh!
No way.
Amazing, yes, we have an update. Perfect timing.
No way.
So we've sort of been outroed by the Sun God's fantastic self-titled track. Sun God, shout out to them, shout out to all of you for watching. It's been a pleasure on the desk, but 3.5 minutes from now, we should be able to get this going live once again. The third and final
Big applause, guys, big applause.
Between Heroic and NaVi. Guys, so we've got 3 minutes. If you want to break it down at all, I mean, it's been very close so far.
Let's hype it up. Let's hype it up again.
14 maps. I called this potentially the definitive series of ESL Pro League Season 16 so far. Now, what do you think is going to happen on this third and final map?
I think the most important thing for me is for NaVi to not be tilted. It can be very, very frustrating. You see a couple of rounds where they lost. You know, we saw them kind of time out. Obviously, Heroic, I'm assuming, didn't know that timed out. They're going in for the hunt. They got a couple of kills. And I'm assuming at this point, considering how much time has passed, they would have kind of tempered down. They're going to be slowing things down. But the scoreline, if I remember, was 3-3. I'm still going to give the edge to
5-3 now to NaVi.
Oh, sorry, 5-3. They did play a couple of rounds,
on the CT side.
They don't need to be tilted. And that is something that has to be something NaVi have to remember right now.
It seems like an obvious thing to say, Mai, but both of these teams are going to be somewhat affected by this pause.
Yes, but this is the time for that 6th man, the coach, to really, really show what he's worth. Because if either Blade or Exist can come to these players and say, guys, this has happened to you in the past. This has happened to every competitive CSGO player at one time in their career, that there's a giant tech pause and they have to bounce back. They've all been here before. It's time to show that wealth of experience now. They got to show that they can bounce back and start just as hot even after whatever the length of that break was.
Yeah, we have about 2 minutes now, so everybody in chat get hype. We can finally try to play this record one final time. Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll try again. That's poor wording. But yeah, we're going to be able to, in 2 minutes, try to kick off this 9th round again. And so, yeah, anything else that you'd like to say? I'd like to say a big shout out to all of you for sticking around. If your friends have tuned off, remind them to tune back in because this one's pretty much ready to go. Blair and Maui?
It's going to be late night affair, but it's going to be a late night banger at the same time.
Shouts out to Hooksy, the one true Giga Chad. I see you. And do you see me? Yes, he sees all.
I think he's watching the stream right now, Maui.
3, 2, 1. Giga Chad. All right, that's our final shout out to Hooksy. Yeah, we should be saying thank you to him for hopping out of bed and giving us an impromptu interview. It was great to get some details from him through Chad. It was nice to hear from Sadakist talking about his adventures in Malta. Wonderful new commemorative tattoo for his dog. Beautiful stuff. And yeah, with that being said, guys, I think we can soon throw to the casters. Blair and Maui, it's been a pleasure to be on the desk.
We'll be back later.
Hashtag the night shift. Yeah, we're going to be back. With,
hashtag the real night shift.
Yeah, with the post-match when it's over. So, everybody at home, once again, thank you so much for your patience. We hope us and our colleagues have given you some semblance of entertainment to carry us to this point, which is the point where we can get this match going again. 3rd and final map, our final round of 12 matchup. NaVi versus Heroic. Sponge and Sadakist. Over to you, boys.
Thank you so much, and give yourselves a pat on the back. That was excellent entertainment. We're getting ready to get back into it. And Chad, I have to say the Sun Gods are pretty good, but apparently it might be skinny, but it's real short.
Look, we can have that discussion another day, Matthew. I know it's late, but this isn't Big Brother.
No naughty content here, as we will...
just call it the MP9. It might be a needle, but it works like a sewing machine.
Pound for
Chad.
pound, best gun in the game. That's all I'm saying.
It's not the size, it's how you use it.
Well, Simple and Cadian have out the biggest guns, and let's see how they use those. 1x bet odds. Favoring NaVi here. See how favorable this is for all of us playing at home. Bit of a default spread, nothing too crazy. Cadian connected with that AWP, no real presence over towards B, so take back the default spread, and I'll talk about more of a gravitation towards this A side of the map now. Simple over towards long, Bit on the side, and we're getting down to the minute and 15 mark. Really not a single joust has gone across the map here. Nobody's seen one another just yet, and I think that's about to change.
Still just waiting for this angle to play out. Simple was laughing that this time, although he lagged out, he didn't die. So his op is the one that he had last round. Shoulder peek. They're trying to get the information. jabbi baits Simple, but he's too quick on the second one. Never even bought it the first time by. And it's the advantage, therefore, to NaVi. Looking for a 6th round. He's going to reposition as well, which hopefully will catch them off when they work out from the bathrooms, but it's not a foregone conclusion. Bit's still behind them. He could trap them in on this.
Yeah, this is massive. Massive work for Simple and Bit here. Just the fact that Bit has this territory, if they wanted to finish towards A, he's going to be instantly behind them here. So it might even be a save, considering Cadian's posture right now. sjuush is pouncing forward. They are going to get him an upgrade here and hoping to get out of dodge, and they will. So NaVi will immediately bounce back here out of this extended break with their 6th round. And good stuff. I am a little bit concerned if I'm Heroic. Just like Henry's lyrics, I think Simple was born in the darkness and would do his best work after midnight. So this is probably the territory in where he's going to become an absolute beast. And 8-1 currently, considering the scenario we've had, how is he 8-1?
It's actually insane, right? Like, he's 8-1. I think probably because the disconnects don't count for deaths. Remember, in one of the rounds, he actually survived at jungle. But yeah, you're right. The scoreline is kind of ridiculous at this point. Forget that. Focus on just the fact that NaVi has 6 rounds, because they are trying to make amends with the fact that potentially they could have had more, but at the same time, they're still in a good position here.
Okay, well, the saved weaponry with a couple of upgrades around it. It's a full investment for Heroic again here, but as mentioned, there wasn't too much of a push over towards B within the early stages. This time around, that's changing. Short molly. Stall out any of the pushes. Oh, and it's down before he can even get going. He's down to 30 points of health here. So big dramas is Simple. Right place, right time again.
Man, oh man, he is absolutely crushing them right now. Well, they said experience as well on the desk. They've all been through these tech timeouts. Simple's the most experienced in this server right now, you would have to say. So, I mean, Cadian sure has a long and storied career, but Simple has been around for ages. Look at Bit. He's going to just wait this one out, make sure he has an absolute perfect shot. Nails Tessus. Only 1 bullet required. sjuush did get electronic back, though, with the AK, but man, oh man, Simple's already gone back over to the A side of the map.
Yeah, a massive problem for Heroic now is the fact that Simple did look quite agitated, but he seems to be the individual to channel that anger into power.
I genuinely, he was laughing about the situation when he went outside, so he was handling it right? Like, if you don't laugh, you're gonna cry, you're gonna get worked up, you're gonna get frustrated. He was just like, whatever, this is it. I can only do what I can do. So I only had a brief minute while I was getting that coffee I mentioned to speak with him, but he seemed like he was gonna keep himself pretty calm, and obviously that shows now. He might get another one in this round as well. So he would start this round at B with a kill, rotate over to A and get a kill, and now he's back over in heaven watching B to potentially finish this off. jabbi's been poked at by an M4, but he does get the shot back into SDY before going down, so 25 HP for him. Cadian's going to save 20 seconds left, and NaVi going to find 7-3 as the scoreline.
It's going to start looking here. You can see on the radar he's getting a bit more aggressive, so he's cut him off at the pass here. There's no way for Cadian to try and make his way in towards playground, but back down towards connector. He might be hearing the stampeding footsteps here. They're charging for this. Is he going to keep it alive? 3, 2, 1, and then we do have a little bit of time after. Needs to get down the ladder. Cadian, will he survive? A no-scope. Okay, some damage done, and he will not hold on to the AWP. He's got an M4 in his hand, so
yikes.
He lost the AWP, but retained an M4.
Yeah, I think I know which one I'd prefer, given the situation.
So job done for NaVi, but maybe not in the fashion we're expecting.
Even shaking his head at that one. Unfortunate. Tried to fight out of it, but couldn't get back to the gun in time. Simple's looking pretty friggin' sharp after this break.
So he hits the no-scope, and then... Oh, okay. What happened there?
I think I don't know what his keybinds are. That is actually more confusing than I thought. I think he hit the shot quick switch, but he pressed like the E button on the gun or something as he fell down.
Yeah, maybe.
I think he had to have. He quick switched. He didn't drop his weapon. He
there was no
switched
G.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what his keybinds are. If like Q obviously is your double tap, and then E is the.
Here we go. Here we go.
Okay. So he hits the shot. Watch. Gun flies. Yeah, he's pressed a button right there. Look. He's quick switched. When he quick switches back, oh look, it's an M4. So he's obviously hit essentially the equivalent of E. Maybe it is E. I don't know what his keybinds are specifically. I'm sure someone could look up his config, but yeah, that's what's happened.
Wow. Okay. Great replay there, showing it in the slowest of motions. Fantastic. Thanks to our ops team. Thanks to everybody in production as well over there in Katowice. Everybody here in Malta. We're up late, but we're still partying right now. Well, extended lead here for NaVi, and where does this stop? This is the issue with the last pattern of rounds that Heroic have had. It hasn't been buys, and that's not going to be buys for a while now. It almost could be good buy. It's max loss bonus into the next tier, but Cadian, unless a plant comes through, is going to be hard done by. The rest will all have enough. Maybe they could manufacture an AWP drop for him at some point, but we still have to play at round 11 here, and on top of the site is Bit. That whole conversation about where's Bit playing, how's Bit, it's not going to become a factor here, I don't think. Just this half is so patchy considering the circumstances. Warning shots through the boards, nothing connecting just yet, and Simple sounds off with the AWP. So they have a good idea that it's on the other side of the map, and here's Bit through the smoke, greets them with a smile.
It's looking sharp this map as well. 7 kills now for him. He was a bit slower on the other 2, and they touched on the desk. Oh, SDY. It's a warning shot fired his way, which he responds to in kind as Simple closes out on Tessus. They touched on it, him being sort of predictable in his patterns now, his pathing. Well, this map doesn't seem to matter inside of the bathrooms. He's making it work. 8-3 now for NaVi.
It's been quick the last couple as well. I know we've just come back into things and there's been the extended break, but the pace of these last few feels like there's been some spice in it, at least with the opening exchanges. They have petered out with saves. And here's the issue for Cadian. He's into a Mac 10 into round 12. We don't have too many rounds left of play here, so this is unfortunate. And no boys,
way.
It's late. I know it's late.
This is the frustration starting to show then for Heroic. You haven't seen that mistake at a pro level in forever.
This is the thing. The frustration, you think it's with NaVi. They're the ones suffering the tech pause, but Heroic have to sit and wait just as well.
And they're already behind, and they're annoyed that they can't get a flow going into the game. I mean, I haven't seen a teammate knife someone in a while at this level.
Yeah, Town has to operate at this point. It makes sense, juggling the guns across. Down will take the Mac 10, sure. Cadian gets the AK, and earlier in the evening, he was extremely sharp here. Peppering through the smoke, not finding any damage, and still up in towards the connected position is Bit. He's going to activate here. Bum not spotted by sjuush. Oh, that's a shot from sjuush. He's not sleepy.
Abby waiting to go around the corner. Electronic, the one that's up close. He's going to get flashed in. They're setting and getting ready, passing grenades to each other in a choke point. And they're going to get choked out of this one. Perfecto even steps into the flames. 9 HP remaining. He gets the kill on sjuush, and sjuush assisting the kill on Stowen with that knife. SDY is able to close out on a pretty easy one before finding Tessus afterwards. Cadian's in a pretty lonely 1v4, probably wondering what the heck is going on with his team right now. Not much to report for him. AK in hand. And with 30 seconds left and a bomb that is surrounded by CTs, he's going to get found by Simple.
Okay, Simple still, with what we've got right now, only 1 death. Obviously, we have to see how that comes out in the wash here, but this is looking fantastic now. A 6-round lead. And we still got some fans in the little crowd we've got going on here in Malta. So it's late for everybody, but great that everybody's still tuning in and trying to have a good time, circumstances considered.
Yeah, lots of NaVi fans, it looks like, as well. The Ukraine flag. Great to see.
Oh, this is going to have to be a partial investment from Heroic here. They don't have the funds to go all in. Just these wobbly rounds. So likely to be double digits here before we do see Heroic get out all the guns, all the goodies, the ult for Cadian, etc., etc. And this is where maybe some timeouts for Heroic at this point, just to say, boys, look, the series, it's late, it's not done. We really need to try and recenter here. If we want to have any shot, this is an elimination match in the round of 12. Winner goes on to playing Hooksy's World up next in the quarterfinal. Looks to be a B pop. With these flashes, likely to see the Monster Nose flash. Maybe they're over the top as well and try and steamroll their way through. A re-smoke deployed right now. Will be blooming just as they're attempting to get underway with this. Now, do they want to brute force? That's the question.
Cadian's gonna flash straight into that tunnel. Brute force it is. Don't get in his way, boys. All right, he's gonna throw it over top. I thought he was gonna try to bounce it through the smoke so they wouldn't see it either way. They get one and only one. Perfecto. Okay, now they get Cadian as well. Perfecto got two. Cadian pulls back onto electronics. Simple's waiting for him to enter the site correctly as Stowen now has the bomb and the AK to work with. Cadian's gone back searching for anyone that wants to rotate down the stairwell as he's on low HP, so it's pretty much just Stowen to enter all on his lonesome. Far enough away from that nade that it's only going to do minor damage, but it might be enough for him to get the headshot. Not going to happen. SDY puts him low, nade's going to go, but I think Stowen's aware of it. He's lost his teammate, unfortunately. Simple's got that shot.
Yeah, Simple read the silly business from Cadian again. The fakey boys, we know these maneuvers. We've seen them all night, and a missed shot, but the Tech 9 at range is not designed for that, but Simple, he wants to get this one done. He wants to go to bed. 10-3 now. 2 more rounds to have a complete shutout here. Since all the silly business has subsided, it's looking like it's going to be a clean sweep for NaVi. What are we looking at right now? Is this 7 consecutive rounds to this juncture? Timeout taken, and yeah, understandably so, it needs to be with Heroic. This is where Exist, back in his era of Counter-Strike, back when he was still competing, these type of issues cropped up more regularly than they do in modern Counter-Strike. So this is where he can actually be instrumental to the team. Try and keep them calm, keep them focused here. If you scrap together a 10-5 half, especially with the T side of Overpass, you'll be happy with that. And now they do get the buys back out. It's a refocusing point for the team at round number 14. And 1 round is all they need to get them fired back up. Somebody does something nutty, somebody wins out a clutch, somebody goes huge with a couple of massive entries. They'll be back in it. They just need that fire starter.
Look, the first map was 9-1 in Heroic's favor, and NaVi came back to win that map. Remember, we went 30 rounds on both of our first 2. Inferno was very similar. It was NaVi that was in control, 9-6 at half, and dominant for the most part of the second half, and then Heroic pulled it back late. So, yeah, they're not out of this at all. I know it's a different circumstance mentally. We're later in it, but you get gifts like that, it's all it takes. sjuush walks up from the stairs, and both Simple and Bit will fall.
sjuush is going to surge forward here. Deep molly, flashes as well, making himself seem bigger than he is. He's the only one with a forward position on A right now as the bomb is heading back into Perfecto's domain, and he catches jabbi in a great timing, so has an idea that maybe they're still searching for a site.
Nade at the ready. Perfecto with the Molotov down knows that Sandbags is more protected, so he can work back around toward the catwalk. Testis is already in from Monster, but that's fine. They've given that position. They want to lure them into the site. 53 seconds, and they'll go. The flash to activate, but Perfecto's too far forward of it, and sjuush never got caught. Now Electronics fully blind. In the edge of the smoke, just trying to get an entry somehow to hold them off the site as the Incendiary will force them to fight. He nearly got the lineup onto 2, but he gets the information to SDY, who now finds himself with 2 more opponents to find and only 33 HP to do it. As he swings out, Cadian's there, and NaVi get right back into it on the back of sjuush.
Well, this is where the response on the player cams is probably very important to see what type of a mood Heroic are going to find themselves in after a round like that. So, going to be hard to stay fired up, but in a very important round there, and they can thank sjuush for that double entry. Totem pole of power destroyed right here, and that's the unfortunate factor of that smoke. If it was deeper, Bit could have seen towards the underpass position. Otherwise, Simple sticking out like a sore thumb on the top of that and just gets rinsed. So money to buy, and okay, trying to will themselves into this. Both teams for the final round with everything they would desire. Seen the gap towards long be explored, and I forget at what part of the game that was, so I hope everybody understands, but we did see Cadian in an earlier round stretch his legs, make his way all the way up long, be quite aggressive with space. We also saw jabbi try jump peeks just like Tessis did and get AWP'd. So fortunately for them, Simple isn't around the corner. He's on the lower bathrooms, back towards the A site. It's Bit dealing with the upper deck. This space here from Electronic means a lot within the mid-round. We're at the 60-second mark, and they've basically confirmed, hey, it's not B, at least for now. Might free up the rotation point of SDY, who can start heading back up the stairs, the ascent to help out this A site. But between 2 mines right now, Heroic aren't.
Bit waiting for an off angle to arrive, waiting for an opportunity to fight valiantly in the bathrooms. He's done so for most of this half so far, but he doesn't have the information yet as to where the rest are, and Tessis knows exactly where he's gone, so he hits the headshot.
The key position right now is Electronic. he has B and Connector on lock single-handedly. They can have 3 players on A, and well, with all this U2, you're expecting the fight coming now. This is the finish.
You can see through Monster as well. Yeah, you're right. He sees everything. So Simple holding a very passive position inside of the bank. He's blinded up. They're going to force SDY off, and he still gets the shot. Vision comes back. He does damage as well. Testis is low, but sjuush swings Simple down. And Electronic, I thought, had that because they were low on HP. Doesn't matter. 10-5. This is workable. Heroic get the last 2 rounds crucially, and they may yet come back into this game. We're going to take a break. I know we've had a few of those tonight, but this one planned, and we'll see you after halftime.
Very strange counter, so you don't see many teams run this over and over again, but it works for NaVi. They seem to get on the bomb side and hit their shots. That's really what it's all about.
Twist aggressing. They have to double peek. He's getting his shot. He's hitting it. Simple. No!
This is a shooting gallery for Simple. It's practically deathmatch. Just the greatest. Simple with 5. Get out of my server.
Well, we'll get back underway. A shot at the back, and you might wonder, what's all these fans? That's actually Simple's mom. First time I've seen her at an event, and look, we've spent a bit of time outside of the server tonight, so I'm going to take that approach on this. That must be very comforting to have Simple have her here with everything going on in their world right now, and just have that sort of close familiarity, a sense of home. In some respects. So I'm sure he's loving that she's here. I'm sure she's probably confused as everyone else was as to what the heck was going on with Simple's game earlier. But
maybe used to the late gaming hours of Simple though.
Yeah, that's right.
This is standard.
This is when she used to yell at him to go to bed. So maybe she'll do that in a minute here. Go to bed, Simple.
Well, quick one on this for everybody. Maybe you just joined us today. We have had 2 best of 3s. The first one was Outsiders taking on Furia. Outside won that 2-1 over Furia, sending them packing. And this series, well, it's a long one, but it's a 3-mapper. All 30 rounds on Mirage, the same then again on Inferno. And now we find ourselves here on Overpass with a 10-5 half, getting things back underway.
the rotations, well, I guess not rotations, but the set plan out of spawn, having 4 going toward B as well right now for Heroic. Not quite as quick to commit for NaVi, as Simple already jumping around toward the playground, has his teammates on both sides of the maps, but mostly focusing on the underpass to split it wide open.
It's just these 2 smokes, Flash and a Molotov for the finish, and it looks like they'll be allowed to have their finish here. Kaden and Stown are creeping and crawling out towards the sewer position, have secured at least some information, but unless that door swings open, they have no idea what resides on the other side. Frees up jabbi, he can rotate over and join the loose piece of Tessus, who currently is hunkering down at this A site on his lonesome. So they now open the door and the first fights come through. Electronic cannot go down here. He has these key pieces of utility for the finish, and fortunately for him, we'll be able to slip past on the stairs. Is he really double dipping on this? I think they want to fight now. They know that he's going to stay committed for this fight. Electronic's calling the players back to take this biff.
Yeah, but the problem is that Arcadian is there, and Stowen has a very tall and short angle. The fire at Simple down below inside the water. He's going to find 2 before SDY finally gets into position from short. They're down a man. But they still have the bomb, crucially. 39 seconds as well to try and do something with it. SDY has entered, but they've got the rotation in behind as well. They've got to be so careful. The doorway, he's already through. Tessus is closing the gap. He's getting oh so desperately dangerous as he walks up from sandbags. He sees Bit, but he's missed, and now they have the information. SDY turns and punishes him for that miss. Trigger discipline maybe could have benefited him, because now Some Die Young is going off. It's all on sjuush, aggressively toward the pillar, and Bit's gonna close that out. 11 now for NaVi, and both pistols on Overpass.
Damn, that is a clutch and a half right there. That's a massive round, and that's SDY. They're stepping up, just being a rock of all this. Blade actually looking pretty animated during all of that with the fist bumps as well. This has been a rocky road to get to this point, but that right there is one step closer to securing the deal, securing the bag, and setting up the quarterfinal appearance against G2. Kaden does a lot here with the 2 kills, but this is where SDY comes through. This is important. Tessus misses, gives SDY a chance. Then this fight here with the Shadow, fantastic work, and all Bit had to do was get the final kill. Look how fired up they are.
Yeah, this is, they're loving it, considering the way this started, the way it's, you know, the series has been so closely fought. They want to work back into these playoffs. I really do think we're getting back to a really good spot on land where it's going to be a brawl for who takes #1 long term, and FaZe better hope they close that. That was fast. I was going to say close that Grand Slam fast, because it's not going to get any easier as lands keep coming back.
Especially with the upgrades some of these teams have made. Just the conversations we were having earlier about Vitality with the Spinks edition. Him and Zai were going to be a deadly duo, and then you can't forget the other 3 Apex. Man, it's in great form. We'll have to see if they can back that up. A win against NaVi or Heroic would be great on the resume moving forward. But as we move forward, Heroic are into the buys. They took that eco, understandably so. They'll bring out the M4A1Ss almost across the board. It's just jabbi into a Famas here. Bit of a bonus for NaVi with the Mac-10 surviving, and they want to take the BF in towards Connector. Kaden with a double up, almost the triple, running out of ammo there. Kaden's been great. He's going to be under the pump right now, but he has been fantastic throughout this series. A great performance from the in-game leader.
This is a very complete performance from him, absolutely. He's had such a long career, it's hard to say if this is one of his best performances, but I would definitely put it up there in terms of impact, if not statistically. I'd have to look more carefully at that, but yeah, really solid.
This round's not done yet. One of the issues for Heroic, sure the firepower's there, but about the utility late. We still have over 1:10 on the clock. It's a smoke, a molly, a flash to work with, and Bit seeing ghosts at this hour. Gives away the position with a shot through, and they're clearing out the bathrooms, at least the lower side. Tessus, he's rounding the corner now, and this shot from Bit could set them back up into a 3-on-3. Tessus steps over the mark, and Bit will confirm that, so a workable round now for NaVi.
Perfecto. Still working forward in the bathrooms. Bomb's actually, interestingly, going back over toward B. Okay, they're going to rotate back. I was going to say, they're trying to sell this fake. They're a bit far removed, but Bit now back down toward the door. Perfecto in tow. And SDY will get to Monster roughly the same time they arrive. Good nade. sjuush goes low on that, but he's triggered into it. He knows they're coming, and he swings and makes no mistake. Now, it's not so workable as Perfecto finds himself alone. Starts off the first spray transfer because he expected the immediate repeak from sjuush. I'm not sure he's ready for the peak on Catwalk, and Stowen beats him to the punch as it now goes 12-6.
sjuush has been good too in some of these key moments here, so a crucial multi-frag there on that B bomb site. You saw SDY throwing the utility he had to try and facilitate this. He had a smoke left over, but maybe time the pressing issue not to be able to get that one towards heaven. It started with this Cadian double, really set the tone of things. It was simple and Electronic to go down there. The 2 biggest scalps you'd be looking for, the 2 experienced in a venture as late as this. And tidy stuff to confirm. So they did take a few casualties, but both teams are going to attempt the best thing they have as a buy. Simple's AWP is out to play. Electronic has a deagle in his hands. Just jabbi on an MP9, but the rest with rifles. So this could be a chance for Heroic to start to build back into this game. All blown off. sjuush looking to take a fight here. Will they predict the AWP? Well, it's not going to matter. sjuush is sharp. I suppose that's his counterpart on the other side of Perfecto going down. Now, Simple's been dropped this AWP. This is Electronic's AWP, so he's given this across for Simple to find the way in, and the double up could have been difficult, but Bit still hitting shots.
Yeah, absolutely. Removes Cadian. Stowen trying to compensate for that's going to go help Tessus now and play support for him, but he has to concede the site, and therefore the rotation needs to come through. So jabbi has already come over. Bomb's still at B. They've forced this from Heroic, a 4-on-4, but it's pretty much wide open B site right now. The territory is theirs to take. They just have to contend with sjuush, and that said, sjuush has been pretty solid. Tessus might catch them on that cross, though. He might have just gotten into position at water fast enough. They're going to go by it. He didn't see it yet, but sjuush knows it's a possibility, and the off angle at the barrels is going to get him at least. Oh my god, I was going to say one, but wow, what a shot from Electronic.
Fortunately, Tessus got Simple during all of this, but SDY is showing he's a menace on this side. They are going to smoke off the short position. Tessus will have to wait. The bomb is in now, and both players retaking from the short position.
So open pillar plants, and fortunately they're coming from the short position, or that would have been extremely awkward. SDY still not convinced of it. They know one's there now. It's not dead silence, but it is deadly, that M4. SDY catches Stowen as he was still marching forward. He couldn't steady himself in time to get the aim, and Tessus rotating back around. Has a kid to play with in this. If you can find SDY fast enough, this is still doable, but the op grab suggests to me exactly this. He's going to back it off. So 13-6 now for NaVi.
Okay, conceding this one, understandably so. How much can Cadian get done with that AWP in the next round of play? This is a round where both teams' economy is still teetering. The loss bonus, 1,900 for both going into this next round of play. And, well, both don't get it. It's Heroic. NaVi get the win bonus, and that's going to put them in a much tidier position here. They'll be able to drop some AKs. Everybody should be sitting very pretty. Whereas on the other side, a timeout has been called. Heroic need to discuss their options. What type of spawn does Cadian have? What type of buy are they going to have around the AWP? Do they even invest around the AWP at all? Currently, they're just juggling the AWP between a few of them here. Cadian will eventually get that in his hands, upgrade into some armor with some util, and I'm sure we'll see what the call is behind everybody else. Exist still has a smile on the face. Still a smirk, still a wry grin. You have to dig deep now, boys.
Yeah, it's do or die time. As we said, every game has had a spread in the scoreline at some point in time. And no one who's led early is led late, so NaVi hoping that that doesn't ring true again, because that means Heroic's on for this, but AWP, Cadian, what can he do? It's not...
He doesn't have a great spawn.
No, oh, that's a good point as well. Yeah, he's way back. It's not even a good spawn for B, really. He's back toward bank. It's the furthest away from everywhere you want to go.
Yeah, so if they want to try and activate him, he's going to have to hope he can find a peek here. We've seen him manufacture things through smokes, but if they just rush B, this is going to be brutal.
Oh, down goes Bit, though. They got there first. Pistols to win out on one. Perfecto responds. Cadian still here. Unsure where to look, though, as the nades come through. Shadow position makes it easy for him to hit that shot, but Perfecto was so far ahead, he just swings out to trade it. Doubles up on jabbi. Stowen? That's not bad. USP headshot, but Simple closes that. 14-6 now for NaVi.
And that there you can understand that response when you know you're up against likely one saved AWP and maybe 4-sport pistols or MP9s. That fast B rush, especially if your util's clean, right? Your flashes are good, the mollies are good. And smiles on both sides of the server here now. Perfecto having a look at Bit. It was a good answer for NaVi for round 20, but now as round 21 comes through, there's no AWP available for Cadian. He has to operate with an M4 here. Hasn't been too many issues for him in that department so far, but just the tone of this, it's a disparity in the buys here. And this one, maybe the loss of momentum throughout it all, this is really going to hurt Heroic.
Check Stowen, sees the door open, so naturally puts a few bullets toward it.
This setup, Cadian on top of the...
Oh, wow. Simple just hit that. I think he reacted. I think he was looking at the smoke, not even... It's tough. I mean, that is somewhat a predictable peak. If you're going to spray in, you get someone to come out and clean up, but Simple just nailed it when they thought they had the jump on the players in the hallway based on the information.
This setup here that they're running, and the fact Tessus has gone down really hurts, because Cadian's staying on that shelving unit he was boosted on, and that fight with the rifle is so hard. With an AWP, it's difficult. With a rifle, it's bloody hard, and they couldn't draw that kill back. So somebody from Heroic needs to step up now with the multi, and it might be sjuush. He's been great over towards this position. This is what I was highlighting before.
Cadian's finally... Oh, no, he's not. I thought he was going to move off that spot. I thought he was finally going to reconsider his position.
They're hedging. They're gambling B, Matt. They're gambling it to B finish. It's their only play they have. It's the right call.
It is the right call for now, but does Perfecto swing on this? Simple's backing off. He's looking for utility lineup.
Such a deep
And he didn't. Perfecto didn't see it. That is tough. Flash out, trying to support sjuush on the counter entry, but nade's gonna hit him. He goes down to 55, and again he's removed. It's this time Bit to hit the shot. 4 HP for SDY on the back of it, which means he gets caught. As Stowen snaps back, jabbi does well to find one, but Perfecto's there. He did not anticipate 2, and it is just Cadian who is standing on that shelf, who's now gonna have to back off. This is gonna be series point for NaVi.
Frustration now for Heroic. No matter how this one ended, someone was gonna be very upset with the outcome of this, and it's just unfortunate Heroic haven't been able to get going out of the break, really. Since that point, what are we talking, 3 rounds?
That's the unfortunate part. In some ways, they were playing from behind at the start, so it's not like NaVi lost much from it, but yeah, it's the momentum. It changes everything for everyone, and it's, you know, it's a shame, but you're right, someone was gonna have to suffer from it.
I think it goes without saying, this is not a situation anybody wanted to find themselves in here this evening. Cadian especially so, now being hunted on down a bit. Finding the form late. 15-6, 1 more round. Being able to smile about things, I imagine, must be good on the winning side right now as Heroic, loss bonuses in play. They can buy and drop to at least make this seem somewhat threatening. An M4, an MP9, a FAMAS, a Scout, a Deagle. Up against the full buy of NaVi here. We're gonna get this one done. Not the conclusion this series was looking for. It was all 30 rounds in the first 2 maps, and this one here is a whole lot flatter. But we are back into play. I can guarantee you that, ladies and gents. CY coming through. And he's just been scooped up by Stowen. So a gift back here. That's an AK to be picked up. Stowen keeps fighting forward. Apparently he wants to get this one done. He wants to keep this one going, and outshot whistles by.
It's down to 16, so the advantage firmly with Heroic. Flash as well, but no one to peek on the back of it, so Simple's gonna run forward, lead bomb. He wants to take matters into his own hands, not his feet though. Doesn't quite line those up to get on top of the flower pot correctly. He is still sliding forward though. Stowen's only just arrived back in the site. If he goes any further, he's gonna have problems. Simple didn't hit it because he goes up over the dumpster. An uncharacteristic angle. How did Bit survive that? Dear Lord, 7 HP now. Simple in, look backwards as well. He's seen everyone. He's had the right anticipation, the right reads, but not the right aim. And it's gonna be Stowen that does for 2, but Bit responding. Still though, 7 HP and a 1-on-3. Not gonna go very far as jabbi shuts him down.
Essentially, Stowen won that round on his own. 2 kills over towards the shore and connected position, and then 2 more kills rotating onto that site. So a massive round from him. They even pick up 2 AKs and AWP on the way out of the round and put NaVi in a questionable situation for their buy. But they have so many rounds to work with here. It's about how much does Heroic have in the tank to see if they can bring this game back, or is NaVi just going to close it? Simple's even bought into an AK here, so it's some light pistol upgrades around this investment. Not dicing with the flames at all. The extinguish will come through late. At least that suggests that there. Simple is looking like he's pugging right now. This is the FPL hour, I think.
They've got a few rounds they can spare to do that. For the headshots, so is SDY. And a very passive defense from Heroic. Don't want to give anything away. Get aggressive, give them an AK. Last thing you want to do, especially where Simple already has one to work with. Simple swing. Got the first, he backs off 1 HP. Get that gun to somebody else, my friend. Nobody else has armor other than SDY. He doesn't have a helmet, though.
Simple might just keep it, knowing him.
That's, yeah, fair.
1 HP, not a problem. Just need 1 bullet. See if we can go Neo in the Matrix style here. Avoid. The one's coming his way. Made a dent, but nothing they can't buff out right now, Heroic. 2 players on A, 2 players on B. Time ticking down. This aggressive standoff here from Stowen. He could get caught off guard, but at the same time, there's a player locked in.
I'm a bit surprised he hasn't taken that AK and thrown it deeper into the site. If he wants to protect it, that's one thing, but why not just toss it out of reach? Because if he leaves that there for an entry, maybe they think they have guns because Simple bought? Or Simple has one? It's a good shot, SDY. Down goes down. Bit's gonna follow up. Oh my goodness, it might actually be happening. It's all on sjuush. Starts it off with the first one with Electronic, but now the bomb's gonna rotate back over to the other site because they know the situation. They know the fact that he is the only remaining defender, and sjuush is trying to be quick and to get ahead of this. He's gonna go to the window instead, but Bit's crawling in to put that down in the perfect position behind the plywood. And look at the flank. Simple with 1 HP. He did give that gun to SDY, but he is coming around right now. He's gonna try and sneak in. If he finishes this on a knife, there's no way he's gonna finish this on a knife. He looked back, Simple still there. Simple sees him, he's just staring, and here we go. To close out the series, Simple with a knife, and it's gonna put them straight through into the next series against Jitsu.
Well, no need for that AK-47, apparently. They get it done. It's been quite the affair here this evening. Once more to summarize, 30 rounds in the first, 30 in the second, and here, NaVi step up considering the circumstances. They're happy with this. On the other side of the server, going to be feeling extremely glum. Heroic have been eliminated. It's late. It's late indeed.
Yeah, good series from Cadian as well. You got to give him credit, but you're